Bam. All right, guys, we're getting everybody logged in. If you're having, Cameron, we have a few people texting saying they're having a hard time with some direct links. Make a note. Something we got to problem solve. Zoom should have emailed everybody. And it didn't work. But they're saying that link doesn't work. Okay. What's going on? So now we need Sarah and Emma for you to always register, and they need to test that link out. Yeah. Okay. So what? Well, I'm going to tell Nick he's an idiot. Nick, if you're in, you're an idiot. He's an idiot. Apparently, it doesn't work. He can't get into the dang meeting. It's probably had to register. Probably had to register. All right, guys, we're going to get ready and rock and roll here. Please have your pen and paper. Time to grow. Separation day. So most people, on Sundays, they might do church. They go hang out with some family and friends. Cameron, if you mute your phone for me, sir. Cameron's doing the job of 8 people over here. Okay. We have a lot of stuff going on Sunday, which is pretty awesome. So, guys, we're gonna get started here in about 2 minutes. Get everybody logged in. Listen, here's one thing that's automatically kind of interesting to me. As many people have paid for this call, registered for the call, then wait till 30 seconds before the call starts to get into it, or ask us a question, or they don't even show up. So one of the things is, guys, if you're the owner of the company, if you're the CEO, if you're the vision caster, the way you behave, the way you act is going to determine the kind of people you attract in your life. So if you stress too easily, if you struggle with understanding growth cycles, if you struggle with taking on new education, new pieces, if you cannot be logical, if you're too emotional, we're all human, we have those moments, but if you struggle, man, your people are going to struggle even more. If you work for someone, and you showed up on a Sunday without saying that, well, I don't work on a Sunday. If you showed up, congratulations, you will be on the other side of this one day. Okay. You will have the pain, the pleasure, the discomfort, the joy of owning your own piece of whatever it is one day in the future. Okay. Because you're already showing that's what it takes. You're willing to do the extra. You're willing to do the extra. Okay. So there's a lot of people, though, they could have the opportunity to do something on a Sunday, a Monday. By the way, why do people think Sunday's their off day? I've got guys working 2 floors below us right now. They don't have Sunday off. They get off Monday and Tuesday. That's their weekend. So I don't know why everybody thinks Sunday's the off day. Sunday is the NFL day, right? It's a big game being played 7 days from today. They ain't off. They ain't off today. They're trying to win a little championship. So it's separation days. Saturdays and Sundays should be the days that you grow better and beyond anyone else. I don't take a day off, right? Every single day I have a purpose, a mission. Now, I'm not saying everybody's got to be like me, but you guys are on this call. You probably do want to be. You want to grow. You want to go to the next level. And it's not this, okay? I saw a post yesterday about somebody, and it says that, this guy lost his job, which means he lost his purpose, which he started abusing, drugs and alcohol and became depressed because it wasn't the money, it was the purpose, okay? So you guys should have a purpose every single day, all right? So it's not just about making money, because I will tell you, when you get things that seem simple like that, even when you don't have it, you'll get it one day. You might burn through some money trying to buy some stuff, but you're not going to buy happiness, okay? So congratulations for showing up. You guys are going to listen and learn from me. We're going to break out into 2 sessions a couple times throughout the day. You're going to role play and work with our coaches, Cameron and Travis. All right, so appreciate you guys showing up on a Sunday. So listen, today's about sales. Today's about sales. Everything in life, all right, everything in life that you want to get, money, influence, the toys, the vacations, the opportunity to go to the Super Bowl next week, all right? It's not just money that's going to take. It's going to take you the ability to sell someone on the idea, to sell someone on, most of the time, might even be yourself, okay? So understanding, and I'm going to give you guys live examples of how you attract things to you by selling yourself to other people, not just about the product you're trying to get or the service you're trying to sell, make money, a commission there. But if you want to attract people to go do bigger things with you, all right? Cameron made a comment the other day. Matter of fact, I got to tell you something. This happened at lunch too, Cameron. But Cameron made a comment the other day. He's like, he works next to me every single day. He's like, what? Somebody asked him, like, what's Aaron doing? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm figuring out what is he doing? The speed at which things ramp up is because how I've been promoting, marketing. We did that last month. How I've been promoting and marketing myself and selling myself of where I'm going, because I tell people what my big goals are, what the big dreams are. Next thing you know, it looks like it's luck, but it's aligning, right, people into my life. As a matter of fact, even as early as yesterday, right, or as quick as yesterday, by looking for a piece of property that happens to be out the back door of this place I'm in right now, was the same person who is now collaborating with us in all our companies. Matter of fact, we'll probably be helping some of you guys right now with product sourcing for yourself. And because of that, it's the connection piece. So I went to look at one thing. I grabbed two things by accident. Okay, got two things brought into my world. Then it's going to help a bunch of other people just because I put out there what I'm looking for. Okay, so sales is not just about, hey, I'm going to sell you a product. I'm going to sell you this pen, right? It's not just about that. But the first thing is you got to make sure, which we talked about last month, marketing, promoting, you got to know what that is. You got to get attention. Now, how do we convert that? Okay, so even if you're not selling a product or a service, you're just trying to sell your girl and we're going to go to dinner tonight, and you want Mexican or pizza, and she wants to go to the Greek place. And if you're trying to win that battle, you got to sell her on the idea why it's a better idea to go where you want to go. You're going to the movies, and you want to see the Beekeeper and not Mean Girls. Like, you got to sell her on the idea why Beekeeper is going to be good for her too. Okay. All right. I didn't see either one of those movies, so I have no idea if they're any good or not. All right. So we're going to jump into it. I'm going to use a presentation here. We're experimenting a little bit. We are in growth mode. We're in put in the 10,000 hours. And part of that's because I like the idea of being transparent and teaching people exactly that it's not the YouTube stuff where everyone's got it all figured out and looks all perfect and buttoned up. And most of those guys never operate a company. We're in operation mode. We're building, we're scaling, we're adding, we are living the life you are. The difference is we've already been there, done that, and we're doing it again and doing it again. 2 floors below us right now, we're doing our first actually delivery day for our company. We literally launched almost 12 months ago now, called Meal Masters. Okay, it's part of a brand called Rise Nutrition, and we're doing our first deliveries for 9 families today. And so through 2 days now, today's day 3, they've been cooking and prepping for about 200 meals, and they're literally, as we're doing this call, they're delivering to the first families. Okay, so like that's a whole new genre of industry I've never been in before. I will tell you, we taste tested the menu that's going out today last week. Like, and by the way, for the people who work in this office, that was awesome. Yeah. By the way, speaking of Mary, the people in this office, when they show up to work tomorrow, their lunch is provided for the next 4 days. It'll be in the fridge. They can heat it up. This is gourmet. You'd be paying $30, $40 a meal like this if you went out to lunch or dinner. And so a perk for working here is they're going to have access to food, high quality, great for you, but also great tasting and presentation. So that's a huge perk. Imagine you went and worked for someone and you made the same amount of money working at place A and place B, but place A has an environment of you sitting here and you listen and learn and you take notes, you get paid for that. You get your food provided for you, right? Someone buys you a dog on your first week. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, understand, and they ask you questions, they care about you, and they want you to have everything in life that you want, okay? So understand branding and marketing, massively more important than what we're doing today. You have to get attention first. You want the girl to pay attention to you, you got to get her attention, okay? You got to create a story that she wants to pay attention to. Then you got to work on the sell, okay? So we're going to focus on that today, and then we're going to break out and do some role playing, all right? So first of all, thank you guys for joining us on Sunday. All right, here we go. Let's see if this bad boy works. See if I hit the right buttons. Maybe not. Let's try it again. Boom, there's a button somewhere. See, I'm learning. Double tap. No. Try it again. That worked so good a minute ago. Look at that. See, first thing. No, I might have to like reboot. Look at that. Practice session 1, we failed. There, oh, bam. I got nowhere to hit. Man, I was so good there, guys. I'm gonna have to do the old school way and hit the space bar. Look at that. There we go. All right. I will figure this out. There's some button here that's not real that I can hit and make this thing go. So I've got on here right now, we're gonna talk about the top 7 sales secrets. But however, I need somebody to write this down. Not Cameron, I need someone else to write this down. I have top 7 sales secrets. Pay attention because I'm not starting off with number 1 right now. I'm not starting off with number 1. So pay attention. And then I'm gonna ask a question when we get to number 7. Okay, so get ready to go. All right. We're not gonna get through all 7 before we break out. We're gonna go through a few, but I'm not even starting with number 1 yet. So get ready. Let's see if I can hit this button right. Nope, wrong one. Look at that. I'm going to have to get really better at this thing. And there's a thing on this that I can hit, but we'll figure it out. Technology's not my friend today. I'm gonna have to do the old school way. There we go. One, I'm going here. Old school. It worked perfect when we were practicing. There we go. All right. First thing I want you guys to do. I'll figure it out on the last part of the presentation today. That's what's going to happen. All right. So first thing is, guys, and Cameron, you can give me a visual, make sure that they can see this on camera. But it says, just make a decision, right? Just make a decision to be great at something. One of the things I noticed about people that are trying to do like they ask me like, Aaron, how you doing this and this and this and this and this? I'm not doing a bunch of different things that I'm not good at. I'm not grabbing onto things I'm not good at. I can't sell something I don't believe in, wouldn't want to be a part of. So first thing is, before you even sell something, you got to decide to be great at one thing. So obviously I started, someone asked me the other day, like, how'd you get started in this? Well, martial arts. I was teaching karate and I didn't know how to sell karate. I knew how to do karate. That's what I knew. You can't give something that you don't have. You can't give away knowledge. You can't sell something if you don't have it. So I had decades of information and understanding and practice in the 10,000 hour rule. Okay. Now, can I condense that down? Can I shorten the gap? Of course. Because once you have that skill of how you learn, you got to know about yourself. Once you have the skill, I know how I learn. I know what it takes for me. Like, for example, I can't read 50 books in a year. I'm going to read 2. And I'm going to read them over and over and over again because that's when I absorb. I'm a fast reader, which means I get a context, but not depth. So once you know about yourself, okay, you got to make sure that you're making a decision before you can go out into the marketplace to be great at something. It will convert to other things. But right now, if you try to do too much too soon and you're not great at anything, you'll break. You're going to break down. So what are you great at? Are you great at phone calls? You great at booking appointments? Is Deb on the call? Is Deb on this call? Like, she is the expert of like getting appointments. Well, if that's what you're great at, you should triple down on something like that, right? Like, you've got to understand, pick the thing that you're greatest at. For example, if someone's great at calling someone or having an incoming call and booking an appointment, master that, learn the other game, but someone else should be doing the other game if you're not good at it, right? If you are great at follow-up, and that's your skill, like, triple down on the things you're good at. What most people do is like, I'm good at this, great at this, I'm not good at this, so I'm gonna go work on that. Yeah, do that, but don't neglect the things you're great at. Okay, do the things you're greatest at. Matter of fact, I watch sports teams, and I've seen this happen where someone's really great at a certain type of playing in the game, whether it be basketball, football, baseball, and because the media or their competitors kind of pick on them about, man, that's all they do. They can only do this. They'll actually change their strategy to try to prove that they're multifaceted. But I thought the goal was to win the game by any means necessary. When it's a sport, right? Super Bowl. Do you think the 49ers care if they win by 1 point or 50 points? Do you think they care if they win by running the ball with McCaffrey, right? Or with Debo by catching the ball? They don't care how they win. It could be damn field goals, okay? Or defense. They don't care. It's win the damn game, okay? So understand, like, you can't change and work on the weakness and then actually be great. So the thing that you're greatest at, you already know. Some of you guys like, man, I hate phone calls, man. I don't want to do that. Okay. Like, I didn't understand sales at all when I was first learning this. All I knew is I was great at doing the martial arts. I was great at showing people from what I did on the floor, the charisma, the energy, and how I committed to their kids by being better. And I sold by accident by how great I was here. When I recognized that, I'm like, man, I got to leverage that more while I work on the weakness. I didn't stop doing this. I worked on this on the side while I became even better at this. Okay. So first of all, just commit to being great. Okay. It says not best at your company, but best in your industry. If you ever worked for me in the industry I came from, I told people, we're not here trying to be good or great. We're trying to be the best that's ever lived. And we hit that. We were the best that's ever done it. Right. I don't believe anybody's ever going to touch it. We were the best. Right. And we try to tell people we're trying to be best in money, service, product, right? We want to be best at all of it. And that's the attitude we're going to take in all of our companies, okay? So it says, quit comparing yourself to others. Man, Cameron, you can help me with how, if I say this wrong. Comparison is the, who told you that? Someone said it, right? You know it. Comparison is the thief of joy. I mean, where do you think people compare themselves nowadays? What are they doing right now? They go to Instagram. They go up here. They're like scrolling, like, oh, that's a man, I can't believe, right? So you know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny, it's because there's the model mimic master, if you guys ever heard of that. And I watch young people on Instagram scrolling, and then you'll see behavior change. Because I see it in my kids, right? I see Lakin study something. Next thing I know, she's doing her makeup a certain way. She's doing certain things. So like that happens. You start comparing yourself. The problem is you don't know the other side. You don't know what kind of family life's going on. People can look so perfect. They can have the car. You don't know if they're leasing that car. It's funny. I posted a picture on Facebook, I think, of a private jet. I say, hey, anyone interested about traveling? And people are like, oh, that must be nice. Must be nice. Shit, it ain't my jet. It's a picture from Google. But it just went to show you that people were being, I bet you how many people made some judgment calls on that. Bet 100%, right? So they don't even understand the context. But it's funny how people are, all right? They don't understand, right? I'm selling the dream while I'm living the nightmare. They don't realize all the stuff we deal with constantly over and over and over again, okay? So it's just funny how people do that. It's not kids. I'm telling you, adults do this as well too, okay? So commit to being, we haven't got to even tip one, guys. I'm saying first, let's make a commitment. Make a commitment that you're going to stop making excuses of why you're not good at something, okay? You're going to go work on that. You're going to triple down the things that you're the greatest at. You're going to make a commitment to be great, but not just in your company. Try to be the best in the whole field. Try to make a name for yourself by being great at something, okay? It will pay you. It's the only thing it ever does, all right? I'm going to figure out that. Ah, no, see, I'm going the wrong way. I got to figure this out. I'm tapping it, but it don't like me to tap it. I got to tap it hard. I'm going to bang it. I'm going to bang it. I'm going to bang around. There we go. Oh, see? It don't like the double tap. It don't like no double tap. I'm going to do the old-fashioned way. Do the old-fashioned way. Hit the button on the computer. Here we go. All right, so next. As in here, deny your reality, sell to your potential, okay? I like this picture. I think I've seen this picture so many different ways, but most of us, right, we recognize where you are, where your potential is. And I heard this told to me before, and I want to blow this out of the water. People are like, you should not tell kids. This is going back to teaching kids. You should not tell kids, right, that they're not living up to their potential. You shouldn't use that. Potential is like, how do you measure potential? And so I had this mindset because a mentor told me, like, you should not talk about potential. It's not fair. Not everybody's potential is the same. Some people, because of where they were born, their potential is different. They're born in America. They got a greater potential. Okay. Maybe they have some advantages. Potential? Who put that in their heart, right? This is where faith comes from me. Like if I believe in God and I believe he made me to be amazing and great at something, and he gave me a purpose when I was born, he gave me gifts. If I believe that, why would I believe that some people just don't have potential as high as mine? They might have different gifts, different skills. But potential, I don't think it's a bad word. Matter of fact, I think that's how you should measure yourself. Like, what is your potential? What is your potential? Do you even know it? Do you even think you're close to it? See, I think I'm like, honestly, I talked to a guy a couple of days ago in my office, right? And both of us said the same thing. It's like, we feel like we're just waking up to what we understand our potential to be. So think about this, for example. If you could rewind 10 years of your life and you were honest, like super honest, of understanding that where you stopped pushing yourself, you let someone else pull you back. You let someone else steer you the wrong way. You let someone else tell you, you got it good, man, slow it down. Why you got to work so hard? Why do you want to go do that? Or maybe it was just yourself telling yourself that. Maybe you got so stressed, financially stressed, emotionally stressed, just stressed with life. You're like, man, I got to pump the brakes. And you stole your future from yourself. You started slowing down because you know your potential is greater, but you cheated on yourself because you let someone else pull you back. I've done this multiple times in my life. I hate myself in those moments because I do a couple things. I disappoint myself currently and the future version of myself. I disappoint the people in the future I will never meet because I slowed down going towards my potential. And to me, I'm disrespectful to the potential that God put in my heart of the man I was supposed to be. And you can't get time back, right? So now I've got to speed up. I got to play catch up. And here's the thing is, I'm just now personally, at my age, 42 years old, recognizing what my potential is. And maybe I don't even recognize it because here's the thing is, imagine you're lifting weights at the gym, okay? And Cameron's on the bench press machine, all right, or free weights, and he benches 225 for the first time. He feels like a beast, right? He feels like he's finally strong for the first time ever. And then he's like, well, if I can do 225, maybe I can do 250. And he works and works and works and works, and it gets there, he does 250. If I can do this, maybe I can do 275. Like the potential, what happens is you get close to that potential. It is a moving needle because you recognize you are capable of more. One of my virtual mentors who will be at one of our events in the fall, okay, mark my words, I'm going to make it happen. I'm working on it next weekend, okay? I get to rub elbows with him next weekend. He says this, he says he doesn't want to go to his deathbed with information and education he did not give to someone or give to multiple or thousands or millions of people. He doesn't want to go to the grave still having information and knowledge he didn't give. Think about that. Why would you grow as a person emotionally, physically, spiritually, and then just keep it? Like that's design is because when you're excited, when you learn something new, you can't wait to talk about it. Okay, so understand your potential. You're going to get closer to it if you work towards it. And then you're going to recognize, man, I can do more. Okay. And so same thing with money. Like once you get money, you recognize, okay, well, that was kind of easy to do once I figured the game out. What can I do with more? What can you do with better health, more health? What can you do with more influence? And if you think it's going to corrupt you, it only corrupts people who are corrupt. Money doesn't change you. It enhances who you are. The better your health is, it enhances who you are. If you love to give people information, education, experience, and you're in better health, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you're going to be better at giving it. If you got more money, you love to be a giver, you're going to be able to give more. You're going to be able to give more freely. And you're going to be able to potentially, there's that word, buy some time back. Okay, well, how do you do that? Okay, we'll go through some of those examples later on. So we haven't got to the number one technique yet, or tip. The goal is first commit to being great, not just at your job, not just in the walls of your company, but be great, be the greatest that's ever done what you're doing. Strive for that. Second is, what's your potential? Can you even get to that? Okay. I'm gonna try one more time, see if this works. Oh, man, I'm gonna get it. Somewhere on that screen. Okay. Next. One of my favorite books. Matter of fact, I think it's the book that probably shaped me and changed me a little bit by getting serious about business. Not chasing money, but actually being serious about business was Be Assessed, all right, or Be Average by Grant Cardone, which funny thing is I started listening to that book on audio I don't know if you remember this, Cameron. Do you remember going to Alabama with me to pick up some signs? Do you remember this? It was Mike from Martinez. And you remember this trip?
Yeah.
That was the first time, okay? This was 2017. I started listening to a book, Be Assessed or Be Average. First time I ever heard about Grant Cardone. 2019, I took my whole team, $30-some thousand of money I didn't have, spend what you need, not what you have, to Miami Marlins Stadium, which is a big story from 2019. In 2024, 5 years later, Grant still talks about all the time. Okay. And I took my team there. That's the first book. Okay. Be obsessed. I think about Tom Brady when I hear the words obsessed, or Michael Jordan when I hear the words obsessed. I just saw LeBron play, okay, this weekend with my son in Atlanta. The Lakers came and played the Hawks. Can't get better seats than what we had. 2 rows in front of us, from me to where Cameron's at, 2 rows in front of us is the owner of the team and his kids. It's like, Jackson, the only way you sit better than this, you own this team, okay? Like, if you're going to be great, you're going to have to be obsessed, okay? So that Be Obsessed or Be Average, man, I still listen to that book. And remember, I have to listen over and over for something to really absorb, and that one reinforces a lot for me, okay? So we're going to decide to be great. We're going to recognize the potential, and you need to become freaking obsessed, where people are sick and tired of hearing about the new product you're selling, or the new thing you're learning, or the growth you're working towards, okay? So now let's talk about sales. If you love sales and you're going to master and become great because that's your role in your job, amazing. If you don't love sales, well, first of all, you got to change your thinking. You got that stinking thinking, okay? You got to change your thinking, but you got to commit and become obsessed. You got to read, you got to study, you got to role play. Role play is the key. No one likes it. Okay, it's weird. You guys are gonna be doing some of it later today. I bet you that's when people log off. You're gonna get scared. Like, don't call on me, teacher. Please don't call on me. And Travis will be like, nope, you got to roll. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to have your cameras on. You have to look pretty. Can't be in the bathroom. Okay. You remember being in school when you're like, teacher's like, all right, guys, who's got the answer? You're like, oh, don't look at me. You're like, oh, I'm doing this. Okay. And that's when they call on you because you're like, you just put the spotlight on you. I'm like, they're like, who wants to go? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna put my hand up first. Watch me when I go somewhere. Watch me when I go learn somewhere myself as a student. I sit in the front. I like the positive pressure, even when I'm uncomfortable, because that's how you grow. All right. So I need you to eat, breathe, sleep, drink the Kool-Aid that you're going to become great and masterful at the sales game. That means you have to become obsessed. You need to be the Tom Brady, the Conor McGregor, the Michael Jordan, the LeBron James. Okay. You got to become the greatest at this to be great as a CEO, an entrepreneur. If you just want to be a good person in life and you want to convince someone to do what you want to do, like my daughter does to me all the time, okay, you got to become obsessed at the game here. All right, so it says there's no such thing as a great person. There's no such thing as a great person that was obsessed with the things he became known for. Maybe I didn't say that right or type it right, but what I mean is like, I was watching LeBron, which he didn't have a great game, but when I was watching him the other day, here's what's crazy. That was Tuesday night. Tuesday night, the tickets that I sat in. Saturday night, the same seats. Steph Curry goes and plays there. Same arena, same seats. They're one-fourth the cost when LeBron was there. Now, Steph's probably one of the greatest, if not the greatest, shooter in NBA history. Okay? LeBron, maybe he's the greatest, maybe he's not, maybe it's not, who cares? But the story, the obsession of not just being good at basketball or the greatest shooter, he wanted to actually put the whole NBA on his shoulders and as a banner and take it forward. Steph didn't do that. Steph wanted to be the greatest shooter. Maybe he's accomplished that. So that's where, like, when we say dream big, what's your potential? There's a reason why one's a billionaire at 39 years old. The other one's going to be wealthy, but not a billionaire. And watch what happens to LeBron when he leaves basketball. I mark this down. He will own a team within 10 years. Okay. Before he's 50, an NBA team he'll own. Guarantee it. Okay. And Michael became wealthiest, not from playing, but from his Nike deal. And then eventually he just sold his team and made billions of dollars. Billions, B. Okay. Here's the cool thing is, we think becoming great at one thing is what's going to pay us. It's becoming great at it's going to give you the greatest skill to launch into the next thing. I'm going to make more money, more influence, not from what I started with, not from that, being great at that. It's the greatness in that is going to create the opportunities in the future that I don't even know about. So that's where you got to understand and be committed to become obsessed. All right, now, sales funnel. You guys have probably seen this if you've been on our calls before, but check this out. This is the key. It ain't the salesperson's job to be great at sales. It's everybody's job. Everybody. Everyone's got to understand that staff members, whether you answer the phone at the front desk, if you're the damn janitor, you're part of the sales funnel. Okay? You're part of it. The worst thing you could ever say working somewhere is like, that's not my job. It's the worst thing you ever say. There's trash on the floor. CEO, I pick it up, throw it away. Okay? 8:30 last night, I'm here in the office. Today, all day. Okay? That's commitment. My team needs to see that commitment. They get to go home. They get to go be with their families. Like I'm away from my family. I'm working. I'm building. I'm paying the price now so I can pay any price in the future. Okay? If you want to be at the level where you can pay any price in the future, you got to understand that everybody, no matter what your job role is, you're part of the sales funnel. It is your obligation, your duty to bring people to the company, to believe in the product service. Matter of fact, here's the thing is, imagine this. We've got food deliveries going on today. Imagine, I don't eat the food myself. Imagine I own a martial arts school, but my kids are not in my program. Imagine I own a dance studio, but I don't have my daughter in the dance class. Imagine that I own a gym, but I don't even go work out. That don't make no sense. Did you do it just because it's a money play? There's a reason why you're always stressed about it. So right now, if you own a company, whatever the product or service is, you better be the best customer that you got. And then your friends and family should be great customers. Okay? So understand, as the person working inside your company, if you don't have your friends and family spend their time, energy, effort, and money inside that company, there's a problem. You should be pulling and pushing even people to what you do, because you should have a belief in it. If you're just working somewhere for the money, you probably should just go and leave, because you're going to become so disengaged, you're probably not going to be there for long. All right, you got to believe in what you're doing. Okay, so that means everybody's responsible, and then that's where the cycle starts. Okay, you guys are probably, look at how I did it now. What? Now I did it. Y'all don't need to see. Look, I got the going forward part. Whoa. That's my fingernails. Look at that. Ah, I'm done. Going home. I fingernailed it. I fingernailed it. It just likes it likes the 2-finger approach. That's what it likes. Okay. Got to know the touch, baby. Got to have the right touch. All right. So, got to be good at the greeting. Got to be good at the greeting. What is the greeting? It should be super simple. It's one of the things you guys are going to role play with Cameron and Travis in a minute. Not the 2-finger part, just the greeting. Okay. So, understand, like, that's so simple. It's probably the best thing that my dad taught me as a kid. It's so simple to do a greeting, but so many people get freaked out about it, right? It's not supposed to be some long thing. Hey, I'm Aaron Hensley, blah, 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 blah. It should be very quick to the point. I'll tell you, one of the best things my dad taught me as a kid was how to shake someone's hand. How to shake someone's hand. Matter of fact, even when I was on the floor teaching martial arts classes, I would teach people how to shake someone's hand. Because I remember as an 8-year-old kid, people compliment my dad all the time in front of me. Like, man, your son knows how to actually introduce himself to someone. And I was always nervous, but I'd put my hand out there. I wouldn't do this little shy thing. I'd stick my hand out there. I looked the person in the eye. I was like, hey, my name's Aaron. What's your name? And I would shake their hand, and I would say, they would tell me their name, George. Hey, George, I'm Aaron. Nice to meet you. I'd repeat my name and their name. I'm 8 years old. And they would compliment, they would look at my dad all the time, like, man, your son is how to, he's mature. That's awesome, right? Guess what? Stories developed right there. And every time they did that, it reinforced the idea, like, because I was nervous doing this, but it reinforced, man, I'm different than everybody else. It was building a story. That greeting is important, okay? After the greeting, right, going to the sales funnel, we'll qualify the customer, make sure that before we can't sell them if they're not on the right product. This is a mistake we make a lot. You think they want your car, your food company. You think this is what you're going to. In the greeting, once you know and establish a relationship, and then you start qualifying them, right, by asking questions. We're going to go through questions, and I'm like making sure I'm on the right product or service, because I don't need to go into all the other stuff if I'm going to put them on the wrong product, because then I'll never get a sell. You cannot sell somebody something, no matter how much the value is, if there's not a need, a want, a desire. It's not solving a problem. Okay, so if Cameron goes to a car dealership with his wife just to kind of dream a little bit, and they're looking at cars that are, 4 times their budget, it doesn't matter how good the deal is. He ain't in the buying presentation right now. He's just kind of in the dream and wish. Okay, maybe they'll go look at houses. Maybe they're online. They get in the funnel. You got to do this before. You see something online, you click on it. Next thing you know, you can't get rid of it. They're calling you all the time. You're like, chill, I'm just looking. Now, those people will convert at some point, and you do need to play the follow-up game. But if you try to sell them a condo when they're looking for a farm, you're on the wrong product. You didn't ask the right questions. So it's super important to make sure that you guys qualify, that you have the buyer, right? Not the person getting the information. I'll send Cameron to go get information about something, but he ain't the buyer. I'm going to make the decision. All right. And they'll try to sell him. He can't make that decision. So you got to make sure you go through this process. Okay. Then demonstrate. Everyone's got a different process for that. But the key is that's where the show, don't tell type thing happens, right? Make a proposal. We're going to go through details in a minute. Close and the follow-up. And here's the thing is the follow-up thing right here, it should have 2 pieces to it. Should have 2 pieces. What are the 2 pieces? Yeah, so most people, what they do is they only follow up. They only follow up with the person that they didn't close, okay? Take a swig. They're only working on They didn't sell this person. They probably didn't sell the person because they didn't do that right. They probably didn't sell the person because maybe if they did that, they don't have this down really good. I think Travis was talking the other day about how many of his people he works with, they're horrible at this. They probably should be on this call right now. Okay, and they're going to be working on this, I think, tomorrow, but they're not understanding this. They're probably not understanding that because they didn't make a commitment to be great at something. They probably don't even recognize their potential. They're not obsessed. And by the way, they're an employee in a company that maybe the person they work for is not obsessed as well too. Okay, and that's a challenge, right? You know, one of the things that's crazy to me is that you can run a company that has hundreds of locations, hundreds, and you don't have your own, it's a kids company, and you don't have your own kids in that company. That's freaking weird. We got a pizza company launching right now, okay? It's, guys, I got to tell you a story about how we got stolen from Toast and DoorDash last night, which is why we're going to control the narrative and do our own delivery, okay? Got the Model X delivering food here today right now. But imagine if I owned a pizza company and I don't like no damn pizza, okay? It is the second best food that exists on planet Earth. Like, just imagine, okay? So just understand, like, it's crazy. So if you're the employee and you don't demonstrate the product well because you're not obsessed, you're not trying to be the greatest, you're just there to collect a check, right? I would always look at that person. Then the first thing I do is I'm gonna go look at the manager or the owner of that company. I'm curious how obsessed they are about the product or service. You got to have some belief. You got to be demonstrating that by your actions, not by your words, okay? But the reason why you have a hard time following up with the unsold a lot of times is because you're not good at the follow-up, don't know what to do. We're gonna go through that today. And you probably had the person on the wrong product and didn't demonstrate it right, okay? So those are all things that we can solve today. You should be writing some questions down because we're gonna give you guys time to do that in a minute. Let's see if the double tap works. Oh man, I was too fast. And the single tap goes backwards. Look at this, I'm learning. Okay. Man, I'm getting it. No, pen doesn't work. I'm learning. It's a double, look, it's a fingernail thing. I'm getting it, good. All right, so here's some opportunities right now. These are ones I want you to screenshot, take a picture of. Hopefully you guys have seen these before. So incoming calls, outbound calls, sold customers, unsold customers, referrals, outbound visits, inbound visits, websites, e-commerce, social media, inbound, outbound service calls, complaints. I love complaints, email campaigns, and competitions, clients. All right, so I'm not going through all these right now because some of these are self-explanatory, but these are opportunities to make a sell. The one I want to go to right now is the complaints. Shabam, right here. All right, so here's what happens. You see a complaint online, someone's bitching about something, or they call you and they bitch about something, or they're in person, they're bitching about something, okay? You ever been a little whiny bitch? Some of you guys have, okay? Here's what most people do. They hear the complaint, and they try to tell you where you're wrong, okay? They're trying to convince you that you're wrong, or they try to just Band-Aid it real quick and move on. And that's if you got a customer coming and complaining to you, that is your greatest opportunity to resell them back, one, on the product or service that you're presenting them to, and then fact find, qualify, demonstrate, and then take them to the next product or service that you have. But what most people do is they hear the complaint so much, all they want to do is prove that they're wrong, or it's like a kid that got in trouble and they're trying to convince mom and dad that it wasn't their fault and it's not their responsibility, it was really the brother or the sister or whatever. That's what a staff member does when they hear a complaint. So that's you guys, right? You hear the complaint, and the first thing you do is, well, you know, that was Cameron's job. He was supposed to do that. I mean, I don't know what's going on. You're passing the buck, right? Or you're like, oh, no, you know, Ms. Johnson, honestly, the truth is, like, you know, you showed up at the wrong time. We already told you that. We told you it was Tuesday at 4 o'clock. I mean, I don't know why you came on Wednesday at 4 o'clock. It's telling you, okay? So, like, how you practice this with your team in role play, okay? We're going to be doing greeting, role play in a minute, and complaints. How do you take that and be like, oh man, I'm with you. Start with agreement. Doesn't mean you agree. You're not agreeing with that that you're in the wrong, but you're understanding that you agree that you hear them, right? And then you go back to qualifying them. Hey, so what was it about that time slot that made sense for you. Oh, okay. Oh, you got soccer practice at that time. Oh, I'm with you. Great. Hey, so, and then you can go back to asking questions so you can control the conversation, asking questions to fact find so you learn about them. I was just out with one of my main guys here, the chef for Millmasters, to start asking questions about concerts he went to. All right, because he was showing me pictures of, he had a picture of him and Rihanna. I'm like, that's my girl. Okay, like, so I started asking questions about concerts. And then we started talking about fashion, and I started talking about shoes. What am I doing? I'm fact finding. Like, what is he like? Oh, okay, he's a movie guy, not a sports guy. What kind of movies? Oh, I'm gathering data. Why? I'm not trying to sell him right now, but I want to support him because I want him happy and healthy and successful, right? Because that's way better if he's engaged in what's going on with what we're doing with building a company. And I need to know about him. It's the same thing you do with a customer. If they're coming to complain about you and you're just trying to hammer them while they're wrong, and you're just creating friction, and you're never going to win that battle. Okay, so that's one I love to take as an opportunity to resell the benefits of the service or product you have, and second, to sell them deeper with you, right? Because the only way you're going to protect your company, your job, your economy, your building, is to sell more of what you do at more frequency, at higher price points. And you've got to make sure that the customers you have go deep with you, not surface. They don't need to buy just the $40 project that you have or the $40 service. They need to take the 40 to go to the 400 to the 4,000 to the 40,000. And then one day, hopefully, be so embedded with you that they want to actually be part of the team, right? Part of the family, or take you to the next level. All right. So these are your opportunities. It's a lot of them. It's a lot. Okay. Most people only think about the simple ones. They think about the incoming calls. People hate the outbound calls. Okay. They forget about the sold customers. That's kind of like a complaint. It's an opportunity to get the second sale. We'll talk about that later. They always think about the unsold. They very, very rarely think about the referral. Okay. No one does outbound visits. We're doing a bunch of those today. Outbound visits, dropping off. Matter of fact, so check this out. Cameron's going to actually get, well, he ain't getting it. His wife will get it today. He'll have to eat it when he gets home. But we're delivering meals to 9 families today. And geographically, we kind of picked the world's more challenging for us. But one of the things we're doing is overpromise, overdeliver. Meaning, obviously, we're providing this week's free. Think about this, okay? Math, 25 times 18. 25 times 18. Okay, so we're gifting roughly $450 in free food to 9 families. So do that. What's 450 times 9? 4,050. 4,050 in free meals going out right now as we speak. Yep, right now as we speak. Okay, think about that. On top of that, I'm gonna give you a real number of this is my personal money that I did. Let me see. So I like being transparent here. On top of that, keep that number in mind. On top of that, add well, if it shows up. Maybe it did show up. Maybe I can't tell you because I don't see it pop up here yet. Well, I was going to try to tell you the real number instead of guessing, but I might have to guess right now because I don't see it right here. Wait, here we go. 1, 2. So add another $300 on there. Where are we at right now? Okay. So let's say $4,500. Some of that's my own personal money, not the money of the company, where we're going to overpromise and overdeliver to these families we're giving stuff to for free today. Okay. Because they're getting a little gift. Okay. A little gift from us. All right. Your wife's favorite gift, by the way. Okay. So understand, like, outbound visits. Now, obviously, we are a delivery company, so we're going to have that. But what about your company and your service right now? Imagine you sell cars and you've got someone coming in and you find out what kind of car they want and you just drive that car to their house. So they knock on the door. Hey, look, I got it right here. We always wait for someone to show up for us. You know what would happen if someone did that to me? Hey, Aaron, you know the car you've been looking at online? It's out in the front yard. Hey, they send me a text. Go check it out. And I went out, my front yard is there. I'll be like, I guess I got to drive it now. And once you drive a car, you know what happens once you drive a car? what happens is you start seeing it everywhere, right? You ever had that happen? I had some guy yesterday in the office here. After you left, we had some visitors. He's like, man, he's like, I don't know what you did, but now I can't hear that word. I could not hear the word rise. It's like every time I turn on TV, I hear someone talking about rise, like it's in songs, right? And I'm like, and so what happens is it's probably always been there, but now he's connected with me and he sees our company, he sees what we're doing here, and you see it everywhere. It's like that red car. You bought a red car, now the red car is everywhere. Or you bought a Tesla, you never saw them before, now you see them everywhere, right? So it's the same kind of process here. Okay, so understand like, what if you just showed up at your house and here's the product, why don't you test it out and try it out? You're gonna have to say yes at some point, and that's who you're gonna say yes to. No one thinks about it. That's a great one to do. All right, so those are your opportunities. Everything good on your side, Kim?
Yeah, words are a little blurry.
They're super blurry. They're blurry. They're blurry. You know why they're blurry? Because we've been drinking last night. Somebody been drinking. Who's been drinking? Nick's been drinking. Nick drinks. He likes it. Nope. I got a double tap. Look at that. Bam. Here we go. All right, here we go. Number one. We're going to have a breakout in about 10 minutes, guys. Sales secrets. Man, this one Jackson needs to learn. He needs to be in the room right now. Understanding rejection. Man, this is why people hate sales. That's why they hate the outbound call, right? This is the one right here. This is the one right here that people are like, I don't want to have to cold call people. I don't want to have to outbound call people because they're worried about you know what they're worried about? The N and the O, the no, right? People are freaked out by the no. Play the game. How many no's in a row can you get? Can you get 10 in a row? You're not going to be able to. If you get 10 in a row, you probably just suck. And you haven't been role playing, you haven't been training, and you're probably not on this call right now. Okay. But the no is not no forever. It's the first two letters in not now. Like no isn't no forever. There's a lot of stuff you've said no to in your life. A lot of stuff you said no to in your life. And guess what? You're doing it now. Right. There's also the saying, you either have always or nevers. Okay. Well, no is it's not a never. It's not a never. It's a not now. That's all it is. So like you got to get, I won't say comfortable with rejection. Okay. I don't want you comfortable. I want you to be familiar with it. Okay. Rejection is the emotion experienced by those that don't have enough in their pipeline, meaning like you don't have enough people to call. Your list isn't big enough. Okay. You stopped marketing. You stopped going out there and bringing people to you. You didn't understand that everyone who works in the company should be feeding you people. If I worked here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to feed people. I'm going to give lobs. I'm going to meet someone, get a name, get a number, tell them about what we do, who we are, what we're doing, and bring them in. And if I'm not good at the sales game, I'm going to hand it off to someone so they can take over. Okay. So understand that the rejection isn't the no that should freak you out. It's the fact that you only have 4 people to lean on and not 400 or 40,000. So question 1, write it down. How many people right now in your pipeline do you have? Okay. How many people do you have that want, desire, wish, dream about having what you have to sell them? Okay. If the list isn't thousands, it's too small. If it's not tens of thousands, it's probably too small. Like our list right now, look, when you're going business to business and not going from B to C, you're going B to B. You think that, man, that's great. It's awesome. Great opportunity. But the reality is yes, there's millions of people in America trying to start a business and they all got the same problem. You know what the problems are? Not enough money, knowledge, people. It's all the same problems. But the biggest problem they have is belief. And so that's a long sales cycle. But someone trying to buy a car, it's pretty quick. Their car broke down. They don't want to pay that one anymore. They're bored with it. They want to change technologies, whatever it is. It still could be a long sales cycle because cars can be a little pricey, right? But the price is never really going to, everybody thinks price controls the length of time. Most of the time, the bigger the price point, the faster someone makes the decision. It's the $40 project or product that someone freaks out about, all right? Not the $40,000, because the customer is probably a little different, right? So don't worry about hearing the word no. You should be concerned about how many people you have listed out in your pipeline. So ask yourself this question right now. If you went to your database to go pick up the phone and start calling people, this is the same people you had last week. It's the same people you had 2 weeks ago, a month ago, a year ago. So where then do you go get new leads, new blood? Are you marketing? Are you branding? Are you advertising? If not, we already went through that, but real fast, where's your opportunities there? Because you can't sell, you can't give away your stuff, right? Unless you have a pipeline that's big, and you need to be growing this thing massively. You should be adding to it every single day. You should have a target list. Can you meet 5 people on a Sunday? Where can I meet people on Sunday? At your church. Go to church to meet people. That's wrong. Why is it wrong? There's people there. They spend money. They want what you have. Okay. Hopefully you committed to being great, not at your company, but the greatest in the industry. Hopefully you're obsessed about being the best at it. Hopefully you're learning how to actually communicate what you do well and great and the best at. If that's all a check, you got a great product, great service, why would you not want everyone to partake in it? And if the food that we're delivering today is great, why don't I want thousands of people to be able to get to it? That doesn't mean drop the prices so everybody can afford it. Maybe everybody's got to lift themselves up so they can afford my product, but I want everyone to be able to have it. Okay. So how big is your pipeline? For example, 800,000 people in a certain radius right now live right here. Of those who fit our avatar of our customers, about 250,000 people, 250,000 people fit the avatar of what we're going after for this meal prep delivery service. At 1,000 clients, 250 out of 1,000, if we just get 1,000, we're a $30 million a year company. 30 million, okay? Food industry, margins could be, food prices have all gone up, guys, but at 15 to 20% margin right with that. That's only 1,000. Why do I only want 1,000? I want 10, I want 250,000. Why not get all 800,000? Everyone's got to eat. Everyone's got to eat, okay? But that's why we're gonna have some other verticals that we can add on to in the future as well too. All right, so it's not the NO you should worry about. You should worry about your pipeline. So ask yourself the question, how much new blood did you add on the Sunday? How much new blood? Matter of fact, what about YouTube? Cameron made a comment. What did you make a comment about YouTube the other day? What's it at? Pull up right now. What's it at right now? Bet you went up today.
So on YouTube, we're currently at 1,528 subscribers.
Okay, we 1,500. We launched it 4 weeks ago. The last video, how many people watched the last video that we posted? We had 30,000.
Last video, 18,000.
18,000. Okay. We had 30,000 people on a reel that was on Facebook the other day. So what's the difference? Okay. What happened was we committed to a few episodes and got more consistent, launched it under a brand instead of a person. Okay. Then, because Google owns YouTube, then actually went and got verified on Google. All right. Got our location verified, did a sponsored ad. And what happens is Google's like, all right, these guys are legit. This is a company. And then what happens is one video got traction, made the next one, the next. So now we got to get consistent with this to keep going. Okay. And here's the funny thing is my personal YouTube only has like 500 people on it, and I've had it for a decade. This thing's 4 weeks old and it's already 3 times the size. So listen about this is you got to go fast when you're going to do something. Okay. And then understand that in order to sell something, that pipeline is going to get bigger. So here's the thing, social media, the bigger the pipeline gets there, now what's going to happen is we're going to get better about who we know to target for our audience. Our marketing is going to get better. The audience will we might not grow exponentially forever, okay, but we're going to know the avatar of the customer going after. It's going to attract those people, and we're going to get depth to our attractions. Right now, we're just kind of spraying everywhere. We're going to get depth to it. So what's going to happen is that pipeline is going to grow, but then as it grows, we're going to know exactly which customer is actually the one we were targeting, all right, and we're going to be able to be more strategic going after that person. It's not just shoot wide and far all the time and hope it converts, okay? So same thing with your marketing right now. How are you using it? Are you using social media? Are you getting in front of someone? Are you just going wide all the time and you're not building a funnel? Where are you going to build that funnel? You should be trying to attract people to grow your social media following every single day. You should be growing the funnel every single day, knowing the fact that if I meet 5 people today at dinner or at church or at the movies and I throw them in there, whether I'm trying to add them to my YouTube or whether I'm trying to add them to an actual sales funnel, doesn't matter. When you grow that, and then you know exactly how to take them to the next step, you're never going to run out of time, opportunity, or money because you're going to have plenty of resource right there. So don't worry about the rejection of the no. Worry about the pipeline that you have. Okay. All right. Next. So if you don't add blood, new blood every single day, I'm telling you, even the damn janitor should be adding new blood every single day. Here's some other new blood. Think about this, okay? Where's some other new blood that you need to add? Cameron, what do we need to add to this company right now, today? He doesn't need to just bring new clients. He should be trying to talk and market to people about bringing in someone who can crush some deals for us too, okay? So, pipeline, all right. Double finger, single finger, double finger. All right. The more the buyer insists they want, the more likely they will. So everybody's been to the mall, and you got these people in the mall. Travis, Cameron, I'm going a little long here, but I think one more, and then it'll be awesome. The microphone. We'll switch it in a minute. You guys have all been to the mall, and you got these people at the kiosk, and they're like, hey, free samples, free samples. You have no idea even what the free sample is. It could be free like marijuana or $100 bills or like, you know, free, I don't know, whatever, okay? You know, free muscle and a pill. It could be the greatest thing ever, okay? It could be the greatest thing in the world, and it's free. And you're like, oh, no, automatically, right? The RDR, reaction defense response, pops up. It could be the greatest thing ever, but you don't even care because all you see is someone trying to pitch you something or give you something. You're programmed to say no. And those guys are great because they take the rejection with a smile. All right. They're used to the no's. Okay. Unfortunately, like they don't even hear you say no, or as fortunate, I should say. Like they're so good because they know the no's coming. They're ready for the next thing, and they're very persistent. Very persistent. You can learn a lot from just watching those guys. Okay. But here's the thing: is they somehow a lot of times I've watched this happen. I've seen it actually with my own family, but I've also seen them just watch and observe. They're really good about getting that person to go from like, oh my goodness, to, oh, really? Let me see that. And so like the more that wall comes up, they're so trained because they don't even feel that wall because they've been hit with it so much. They're just already into step 2 before you even said the no. And you'll see people kind of passing, no. And then all of a sudden they grab the attention somehow and the person turns. And almost like the harder that person was resisting, they turn even faster, okay? You got someone that actually shows up to your business, shows up. You know how much commitment that shows? Okay, they show up. You demonstrate the product or service. You show them the car. You show them the food. You let them taste it. They test drive it. You show them the martial arts class. They fill it out. There's so much commitment there. You pretty much only have nothing but then opportunity just to screw it up, really, because it's a done deal. Right? You got to ask the right questions. Okay. I mean, I'm telling you right now, in the world we live in, somebody showing up is just freaking huge. I hear it all the time. People say, why was somebody book an appointment and not show up? It happens all the time. Okay. I did my first one the other day by accident. I booked an appointment. Didn't schedule it in my phone, which is unusual for me because things get scheduled, get done. And I just ghosted the dude. Okay. Kind of find out he was the guy I booked an appointment for yesterday. So then I had to like, oh, okay. I'm here now. The more they resist getting to you, because they show up, there's commitment. The more they resist on the phone, okay, and they're putting up all these walls, it's typically because they're an easy person to close. Okay, I talk about this when you're trying to get to a business owner or the manager. The harder they are to get to, the easier are they say yes. They make it hard to get to them. They put all these barriers, people, all these gates, because they're so easy to say yes. If you all of a sudden get to the person real quick, you get to the owner really fast, it's probably because he's so disciplined, he can say no to you. So he doesn't need layers. The more they insist they're not going to buy, I'm just looking today, but they're on the car lot, and they might be just looking today, but they're ready. Because otherwise they would have been on the website, okay? Unless you're buying a Tesla, you don't even go to the dealership. You just go online and buy the whole thing from the app, which is kind of a crazy experience, okay? So understand, the more they insist, they're pushing, I'm not buying, not today. And that's a great opportunity for you not to back off. It's a great opportunity to then fact find, ask questions. Don't try to sell them. You're not trying to close them yet. Selling and closing, 2 different things. Y'all should write that down. Selling and closing, 2 separate things. You're not closing them right now. You're not even really selling. You're still just in the fact gathering phase. You did a greeting. Now you get to asking questions. The more they insist they're not buying, there's a higher chance that's the day they're going to convert. Matter of fact, the day that Cameron bought the damn ring for the damn lady, okay, to do the damn thing, he bought the ring. I'm just looking today, we went only 2 places, right? Went to one place, they didn't really have it. Went to the second place, bought. Okay, you remember that day? No. Cameron didn't live here, just visiting. Okay, now he got a little pressure. What about the dog? What about the dog? Y'all seen Cameron's dog yet? Oliver, right? Oliver, little cutie. Okay. They're sitting there. I'm like, I hear him talking about it. I'm like, show me the damn dog. What's it gonna take? Right? I closed the deal for the lady. Okay, that's the 3rd or 4th dog, and I only bought one myself from her, buying other people's dogs, or at least convince them to buy the dog. But understand, like, the more someone's insistent about not doing something, but they're there in front of you, just get the right questions in front of them. They're going to do it. Now, in both the situations, the dog in the ring, I wasn't the salesperson, but I did the close. Yes or no? Okay. So, oh, look at that. Look at the puppy. Oh, wait. Look at that. Damn. Y'all are twins. Look at that. What's his name? Oliver? It's a boy, right? Man, so pretty. Not you, the dog. Go back. Where am I? Where's me? Look at, I'm on a screen. Do I need to go back and hit the damn button? Hit the damn button. We don't want no pages. We want this right here. We want that. We want this. This and that. One of these days, I'm here. I'm good. I'm coming. Going to all the stuff. All right. So I've seen this happen a lot of time, right? In businesses, like, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing the demo team. We're not doing this. And, oh, I gotcha. Back off. Agree. Go with the grades. Hey, I'm with you. Absolutely. Okay. And then, hey, have you ever thought of this? Hey, well, what was it about that program that you didn't want to do? Oh, okay. Really? So what are you trying to get from this? Oh, okay. And you go right back into gathering facts. So I know where to take the conversation, where to put influence, because people do want to spend money. They do want to spend opportunity of growing into the next, like buying a car, for example. Like if you're going to buy a car, you don't want to buy the car you can afford, typically. You want to buy the car that you want. They're looking at that one. And then you ask questions, and they eventually go down here because that's what they can afford. But that's where buyer's remorse happens. Their insistence that, oh, I'm not buying this. You got to figure out why. It's probably because they can't afford it, or they're not ready for it yet, or whatever. But then you got to make sure you put them on the right product. And it's probably not the one down here they think can afford. They really want this one. And the more they insist that they can't buy, guess what? It's a matter of connecting the dots. Because if they can't afford that, if you can show them how to make it work, they will do it. Okay. Cameron, what car would you buy right now if you could? Because I know the way you keep sharing with me all the time. He likes the G-Wagon. Okay. I got one in my house. If you want to go grab it and take it and steal it, just let me know. Okay. He keeps sharing it with me. All right. Here's one here. Here's one here. Boom. Sure. Okay. And maybe it's the dream car. I figured out what my dream car is finally. So like if that's the dream car and you got the pictures of it, you're manifesting all of this, you're telling people that you're going after, well, now it's a mathematical equation. But if you walked on the lot and there's one at the right price and the right time, and someone asked the right questions, if you could afford it today, would you do it today? Yeah, of course. Okay. Because if he showed up and knocked on someone's door. Now, if I was a sales guy right now in the car industry and Cameron's been on my website and it shows them and he's looked at a G-Wagon, and then I do the fact finding, I find out where his price budget is, and I'm going to try to maybe get him a little bit above that. I'll be driving to his house once I've qualified him. Be like, bro, here's the keys to it, man. Drive it for a couple of days. Because I know once he drives it for 2-3 days, it's not the driving the car, because the car drives like shit. The G-Wagon is not a great car. Okay, you know what's going to happen? Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you exactly what, you know what's going to happen? Imagine this. Okay, like let's say it's a $60,000 used G-Wagon. It has 150,000 miles on it. It's a good deal still at that price point. Okay, someone drops it off. Boom, here's the keys, Cameron. Drive it for a week, bring it back to me if you don't want it. Okay, here's what's going to happen. He can park next to mine. And because of the way they've built them for the past 15 years, you wouldn't know that his is a 2012 and mine's a 2021. You wouldn't know the difference. You don't have any miles on it. They're going to look exactly the same. Okay. No one knows how much I paid for mine compared to his. It don't matter. You know what's going to happen when he's driving the car? You know what's going to happen? No, it's not going to be that, bro. You know what's going to happen? People are going to drive by you, looking inside. Who's there? Who's in that car? You get out of it like, man, I love this thing. I've always wanted one of these. That's my dream car. They're going to sell him on the dream car because it's theirs. And now Cameron's gonna start feeling like, damn, yeah, okay, yeah. It's not that he changed. It ain't the sales guy. It's everyone else. Damn, that's can I look at that thing? He's driving down. People are like taking a picture of it. Man, do you see that guy? And he's gonna love that feeling so much. He ain't gonna take that car back. He's gonna be walking a little bit like this. Oh yes, yeah, I bought a G-Wagon last week. That's what he's gonna be doing. He's gonna be acting, blowing it off. Okay. But other people are gonna sell him on it. Okay. So right now, if you guys are in the car industry or know somebody, get one to show up at his house and guess what? He'll figure out how to pay for it. It's that easy. You got to fact find, right? But I'm telling you, the more people insist they're not going to do it, it's your opportunity to find a reason to get them to say yes to it. It is there. It is there for that to happen. All right. Next one. Am I going too fast? Damn, I'm going long. All right. I got to touch it. Touch it. I got to touch it. All right. So this one's one we're about to role play right now. Okay. It is impossible, almost, to get an agreement with disagreement. So imagine this. Okay, me and Cameron are married. Okay. I'm the better looking one. Okay. I'm the more dominant one. All right. You know what that means, right? So me and Cameron are married. If he's upset with me about something, I didn't make the bed, right? Like I worked too late that night. I forgot to plug in the Tesla, so it's dead. Whatever. He's mad at me about something. I get home that night from working hard. He's been doing the laundry and getting everything cleaned up at the house. I get home to him. Be like, hey, honey, what's going on? He's like, I can't believe you didn't plug in that car. But he's just going off on me. Okay. If I go right at him, I'll be like, bro, I've been working my ass off all day for you so I can come home to you, honey. If I just come in, like we just start boom friction, we ain't gonna get to no agreement. Okay. We're not gonna get to agreement. Now, by the way, I'm not saying it's always easy to do. Okay. Because if I've been working my ass off all day to provide for him so he can sit there and do my laundry, all right, and make dinner for us and get the movie ready so we can hang out together. Okay. This is a weird picture I'm painting right now, by the way. I should have changed this real fast. But I'm committed. I'm committed right now. I'm committed. I'm deep in it. I'm deep. All right. So I'm not saying it's perfect and easy to do because I maybe had a hard day. But at some point, I know if there's two of us at this, we're not getting an agreement. Okay. So you have to understand, to get agreement, if you got one person coming at you with the complaint, the objection, the challenge, I can't just hammer them back and prove that they're wrong. I, at some point, have to make sure that, okay, hey, I'm with you, honey. Yeah, I'm in. All right. You know what? Absolutely. You're right. I should have plugged it in. All right. Hey, and then I could pivot the conversation in this scenario, or I could go into fact find a little bit more and say, hey, well, tell me about the rest of your day. What was great about your day? Okay. I'm telling you, this one sounds easy, but hard to do. All right. I think some of you guys have practiced the 24-hour agreement challenge. You ever made 24 hours? My daughter calls it a yes day. Okay. Lakin. Now, I don't want her to hear this, but she'll see she's close.
Come here.
She loves these days. By the way, this is great. This is great for do with your spouse. All right. Well, maybe not. It might be too expensive. All right. But Lakin. Hey, baby. Do you like it when we have yes days? We haven't had one. Wait, time out. You're gonna lie to everybody and say you've never had a yes day?
I've been asking you.
You've been asking me. I've been saying no to yes days.
Whenever we have a yes day, you say
Wait,
no to a lot
so
of
what
things.
is this you're wearing right here that you got yesterday?
You spot it.
Okay, what about your shoes you're wearing right now? Anybody can see those shoes she's got? Oh, okay, so those are just in between days. Those are not yes days. They're called Jordans. Yep, you can go put them up now. All right, give me a kiss. Love you. You can go sit down over there. Give me a kiss. That's right. We're over here working. We're working.
Peace out, y'all.
Love you. Apparently, I've not done it yesterday, so now I've just really screwed myself. Okay. Try to do it with your spouse, right? Try to give them a yes day where you got to be really good about this how you do it, but like you literally don't have a disagreement. You don't go to no, you don't tell them that's wrong. You find a way to say, I'm with you. I understand. I got you. And then if you're really good at the sales game, you find a way to not get them to do that. You go to what you want to do. So maybe I haven't given her yes day because I'm really good at that. Maybe. Okay. but always, always, always agree. This is going to be one of those things we're going to role play here in a minute, and it's super challenging. It sounds super easy. So what Cameron and Travis are going to do is they're going to give you an opportunity to disagree with them or say no. All right. And you're going to role play this with them. You should try to do the 24-hour challenge where anyone in your life, the first thing I do is like, yes, right? I'm with you. I got you. I understand. I'm with you. I'm on board with you. Okay? It's so habit forming now. I do it and don't even know I'm doing it. And if people know the technique, they're like, oh, no, don't be trying to sell me right now. Okay. It becomes easier. It also is a great way for you to pull people into you, because instead of trying to prove them wrong, here's the person that I have the hardest time listening to, because he doesn't do this. He's not on the call, so I can say it, but it's my dad. Man, don't go to his house and try to tell him he's wrong on something, because right now, like, he wants to go, like, he is one of those guys he's so sold on his belief system, you can't change nothing on that man, right? So, and he's going to tell you where you're wrong all the time. So you go there, he tells you his belief on something, you're like, I'm with you, I got you. Hey, what, you never thought about this? And he's going to be like, well, pop, pop, pop. He's going to tell you where you're wrong. What happens is immediately it disengages me from the conversation. I'm his own son. It disengages me. I shut down. So if that was a salesperson in front of a client, and you're a salesperson, whether it's you or somebody that's working for you, and the first thing they do is they're like, okay, gotcha, but boom, they hammer you. They hammer you. They hammer you. They're trying to tell the client where they're wrong, right? In the martial arts space, people are like, oh, but we really want to do X, Y, and Z. And they're like, well, that sucks. That's not a good program. Why would you want to go there? They're telling them, it turns them off. It shuts them down. Even if you're right, even if that other program does suck, even if that you don't want to sell them a Toyota, you want to sell them a Lexus, it doesn't matter. You're telling them when they're wrong. What happens is they hear of like, well, okay, it shuts them down. So if it shuts down father to son, you definitely know it's going to shut down the salesperson to the potential customer. So being able to get someone to agree with you, to go and process with you, right? To practice this with your kids, with your spouse, with your friends. It's the 10,000 hour rule. Because if you just try to hammer someone and tell them where they're wrong, even if they are wrong. See, starting with agreeance, like when you say I'm with you, I understand, I got you, doesn't mean that you believe the same thing as them. It creates the opportunity for them to drop the guard and either ask questions. Hey, ever thought about this? Right? Hey, I'm with you. Well, why do you see it that way? Be curious, right? Oh, okay, got it. So let me ask you this. And then you ask the question. If you could, would you do this? Right? You just start and you funnel it to where you want the conversation to go. You should do this all conversations. You should talk to me like this. Man, if you guys knew some of the deals I'm working on right now, it's just literally it's because of this, right? Like last week, I went somewhere, closed the deal, in the closing that deal, meet someone else who happens to be connected to this thing over here. And because of some questions I asked, he shows up at the office for a couple hours. And because of that, we have another meeting tomorrow morning to close another deal. Like literally, I'm within a week, 3 different businesses are being formed from one connection because I was curious. And I'm like, hey, have you ever, this is literally what I did. Hey, have you ever thought about this? If you could do this, would you do this? Well, if you could do this, how about I go do this and help you do it? Okay, well, let's do this over here. And next thing you know, there's a 9-figure opportunity in front of us. 9. You know how many fingers that is, Cameron? You know how many zeros that is? Because of a curiosity and questions, not because I was like, you did this wrong, you did this wrong, you did this wrong. Otherwise, because you know what happens when people tell you you're wrong? They don't like you. They don't like you. They disengage. When my dad keeps trying to, like, if I pitch something to him and he's like, you're wrong, this is why you're wrong, immediately he kind of shuts you down. You've seen him do this before too, okay? All right, so avoid these words. No. No one likes that word, right? Not, never, can't, won't. Okay. Do not disagree no matter what the buyer says or states. Do not disagree. Always, 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 always. I agree. Do I do it right? Bam. Actually, I'm gonna go back one more. Look at those 3 good-looking dudes. All right, agree, defined. Have the same opinion about something, concur. I completely agree with you. You're right. I would have said the exact same thing. Okay. This is I don't know if you can see this on the screen right here, but it says if you're trying to be right, then do not be in sales. If you're trying to be right, then do not be in sales. If you have to be right all the time, the sales game is gonna look. In sales, remember this: if Cameron's trying to be right over his wife every single time, he ain't gonna be married for long. Okay, like he's gonna have to let her win 99.724% of the conversations and arguments in life for him to stay happily married. He gets he gets about that much, right? Remember that. So if you're trying to be right, yeah, just probably give up, right? Give up. Okay. Now, by the way, it doesn't mean that you're wrong. People are entitled to the opinions. We already know what that means. Everyone's got one, right? But when you're trying to convert someone to buy or to use influence or to get them to go along with what you're going with, you're not going to get it when you come at it with friction. Okay, all you're going to get in that position is disengagement, pullback. You're going to piss them off. Okay, they're going to leave. And by the way, when they're pissed off, you know what they do? They don't talk positively about you. Okay, have you ever pissed somebody off? I'm sure you have. They don't go from a pissed off conversation, man, Cameron was so awesome, he's the best guy ever, after they're pissed off at you. They're going to leave that restaurant after that bad service, and they're going to go over here and be like, God dang it, that guy over here, and they're hammering. I had a bad experience with a company I'm about to have some ownership in yesterday, and I called the owner directly. I'm like, this is why. By the way, 3 days before that, I told him why this is what he needed to do. Explained it, told him, showed him. He agreed with me. It actually happened the way I said. It was crazy how this happened. I'll tell you this story. I'll tell you after this call. Exactly what I told him, the reason why I was wrong to do this in business, and he agreed with me. It actually happened for me as a customer in his business. So I called up the owner. And then he was like, man, you know what? Since the time you talked a couple days ago, it's happened to 20 other people. Imagine if 20 people became detractors of your company in 3 days' time. Okay. So like we have some martial arts school owners on the call, right? Let's say they have 150 students. If 20 people on a Sunday and 20 people on a Monday and 20 people on a Tuesday became detractors, talked negatively about you, how quick until you go out of business? Can't afford it, right? You can't afford that in a month, much less a day, right? So he's got to make a fast pivot right now in that company, right? Because 20 people in a short period of time becoming detractors when you don't need it to happen can kill your business, right? All right, so I completely agree with you. Try it with me. I completely agree with you. Okay, I'm with you, baby. Maybe not the baby part. I say baby a lot. You are right. I want you to do this with Emma tonight. I want you to say, baby, you got to practice with role play. Say it with me, Emma. Say, you are right. You got to get her to say that tonight, okay? I would have said the exact same thing, okay? I'm with you. I got you. I understand. I 100%. I've been there, okay? Practice, okay? So I want you to play with your wife tonight, okay? And get her to say these things back to you. Got it, Cam? And I want a full report. I want a full report, okay? I'm with you. I got you. All right. So, hey, baby, practice with me. Practice, baby. You got to repeat after me. I'm with you 100%. Okay. I got you. All right. If you're trying to be right, don't be in no damn sales. Oh, I did it. Did it on the first try. God dang, there's some good looking people there. Look how serious he looks right here. Look how serious he looks. That's the best part of you. Stick my finger in your ear right here. Good to go. All right. So here's what we're about to do, guys. Damn, I'm 20 minutes late. It's gonna be a 5-hour call. All right, so here we go. 2 things are gonna happen in the breakout sessions. We're gonna go 25 minutes. We're gonna go 25 minutes. At the end of it, we'll come back in session, give everybody a few minutes to grab a water, coffee, beer, bathroom break, whatever you gotta do, okay? Get your energy back up to speed. In this time, you're gonna break 2 sessions. Cameron's gonna take part of the group, Travis is taking part of the group. We're gonna work on the agreements. Right, getting you guys to say, I'm with you, I got you. So they're going to pitch you something, you're going to play back with them. Okay, we're going to take turns. If I'm the spectator, so if I'm in this room and I'm the spectator and someone else is role playing, you should be taking notes. Just like a student in class back in the day, each person that role plays should get better. So the first person that goes up for it, guys, has the best opportunity to flop, but also the best opportunity to learn. Because everyone else should be taking notes and getting better. You're going to role play the Agreeance game. The next is you're going to role play taking a complaint right? Taking a complaint and try to fact find and get them back on resold to the product or service that you have into maybe a higher sell. So you're going to role play this. Role playing should be part of your game every single day, guys. If you're a salesperson, if you don't have another person to play with, all right, all right, like go video yourself, okay? Practice, get in front of the mirror, get uncomfortable, okay? Like just sitting in front of a camera doing this freaks people out. How do you get good at something? You got to make a commitment. You got to make a commitment. You got to recommit every single day. You have to become obsessed with learning and growing. You got to cut out the bullshit excuses. I can't do it because I got to take my kids here. Listen, I still figure out how to do all this stuff. Elon's doing more than me. He figured it out. So like, you can't use, well, I've got 2 kids. I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this. Okay. Someone's figuring this out. So make a commitment, be obsessed, grow every single day. Role play is going to be the key. You're going to role play how to be agreeable, right? Use the words. Hey, I'm with you. I got you. And then pivot into the conversation you want to go. So you're going to role play it. They're going to give you feedback in live time. But the second, third, fourth, fifth person should be taking notes because it should improve with each person. The next is taking a complaint. Man, I can't believe this food tastes like this. Man, it came out cold. Hey, you missed my salad. Side note, I was at lunch a minute ago, and one of the people I was with had ordered a salad. Everyone else got their hot food. 45 minutes later, salad didn't show up. Come on now, what are you doing? Killing the lettuce? You know, like, so we didn't complain. We're like, hey, you can just take this off. We don't eat anymore. Okay. Now, here's what they didn't do at the restaurant. They did not seize an opportunity because the salesperson, AKA the waiter, is not trained. So much missed opportunity. So much missed opportunity. Because what I would have done, you know what? I was starting to agree. You know what? You're right. 100%. That's on us. I dropped the ball. I'm with you. I'm going to make it right. I'm getting you a salad to go. I'm also going to take it off your bill. Hey, and by the way, would you be interested in potentially go ahead and buying a gift card for your next visit here? And if you do that today, I can sell you a $50 card. For $50, I can give you a $75 credit. They could have made an additional, because here's what happens. If I got a $75 credit in my pocket that I paid 50 for, I felt like I won. And that's an extra 50 bucks to the company. And by the way, when I show up with $75 credit, remember, I just told you this was just pizza and salad. And it was $100 and something. I ain't going to spend 75. I'm going to spend 100 and something. They're missing opportunities. They did a survey in the restaurant industry, guys, by the way, on tips. Okay. I'm the best tipper there is. But taking mints. I was at a restaurant called Ruth's Chris the other day. Okay. If you've ever been there, Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. It's about, by the way, if you ever go to Ruth's Chris, you better go fast. It's about to go whoosh. Anybody want to guess why it's going to go to zero? I mean, it's going to make money. Yeah. And they got bought by a company that only knows how to make money and provide a mediocre product. They're not premium. Okay. They own a company called Olive Garden. Ain't nobody going no damn Olive Garden except people with no damn money. Okay. My kids went the other day. I ain't going no damn Olive Garden. Okay. They can eat there, not me. It used to be a great product. Company bought it out. All they care about is numbers. Okay. The quality has dropped down. They own a couple other brands too. And now they bought Ruth's Chris, and now they've already changed some of the stuff in Ruth's Chris, and it's going to start doing this. Okay. So go to Ruth's Chris the other day. They got, as you leave, they've got the jar of mints. There's a lesson here. They got the jar of mints. They would think that as you leave, you grab a mint and exit. You ever seen that before at a restaurant? So they did research on this. If you take the mint and put it on the bill, 3% increase in the tip. 3%. Okay. Not huge, but you go from a $100 tip to a $103 tip at a restaurant like that exponentially over time. If you put 2 mints on it, I think it's like a 10 or 12% increase. If you put 1 mint, walk away. Oh, wait, hey, by the way, and you come back with a second mint, I think it's like a 30-something% increase. You could take a $100 tip and turn it to 130, and you're going to serve 12 tables in that day. You're talking about you're in the next tax bracket. Now, how can you apply that lesson, right, inside your sales funnel? Where do you find the opportunity to have service over sales to actually get a deeper sell? So you take a complaint, and you convert it into the deeper sell. So the 2 things we're about to role play right now is the ability to be agreeable, right? Hey, I'm with you. I got you. And these guys are going to start off. It's going to feel funny. You're going to joke around a little bit. You're going to get 25 minutes to go through this. So everyone's got to play. Everyone's got to play. Cameras on, turn it on, rock and roll, makeup's done, ready to go. Okay. Take notes. So when it's your turn, you're better. And then how do you take a complaint and convert it to being a resold customer that goes deeper with you on that project? All right, guys. Hey, we'll see you back here in 45 minutes. Peace out. Let's roll.
All right.
All right. What's up, everybody? Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Awesome. Awesome. All right, guys. So we're going to hop right into some role playing here. So here's how role play works, guys. When we go into it, go all out on your role play. I know everybody here, you're all in different industries, you're in different fields, you're in different positions. So everything we're going to role play will be specific to your niche, your industry. But go all out with it. This is the place where you guys want to mess up. This is the place where you guys want to make mistakes, okay? And just like we said, role playing should be part of your daily routine and training within your business, because you got to think about it. If you're not training right now as a professional, if you're not role playing right now, guess when you're actually doing the training? On the customer that's supposed to be paying you. All right. So make sure that you guys have a daily commitment to knocking this out first part of your day. All right. So we're going to start with just agreeing first. Okay. So that I'm with you. You're right. I understand. I hear you. You're right. Like, you're just going to go through the agreement drill first. And the way it's going to work is I'm going to be the one that'll give you guys the complaints. You'll just continue to rapid fire, hit me with agreement over and over. The goal is don't think about it. Just go right into it. We'll go a couple rounds each person, and then we'll go back to the top again, and then we'll add that in with some fact finding as well. And then once we get to the end of each section, when you guys have questions, let me know, and I'll be able to address that for you guys. So, Nick, you're the first guy on my screen, man. So that means you got to go first, sir. So go ahead and unmute yourself there. Oh, you're already unmuted. Look at that. You're ready to go.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you're in the martial arts industry, so I'm going to give you some objections and some complaints for martial arts. Hey, Nick, dude, I enjoyed it, but the price is too high. I can't afford this.
I totally understand. I completely agree with that. It's definitely a high sticker price here. But just to understand you a little bit better, why did you come in for martial arts?
Time. So you're already trying to go into the fact finding right now. I just want you to agree with me.
All right, cool. I'm good.
So
Yeah,
just agree, and then we go right into the next one. Make sense?
That was my superpower. Yeah, hit me.
All right, Nick. Hey, man, the price is too high.
Totally get it. I've had a lot of people pushing back on the price, but actually they became customers later.
Hey, Nick, I can't afford it.
Totally understand. No problem there.
Nick, your school here is dirty. I can't believe anybody trains here.
I totally get that, and I apologize for the inconvenience, and the standards thus far are not up to mine either. So
who's that martial arts instructor that you have on the floor? It looks like they haven't even done like pre-karate. Like, who you got on the floor? It looks like they just play karate as a hobby.
Oh, no, it's Miss Allie, our instructor. She actually started training at age 4, got her black belt by 14. I totally understand she looks young, but she has 7 years experience, and she's a little badass. I'm thankful I have her.
Yeah, I like it. All right. So guys, look, that's agreeing. That's all it is. Okay. I hear you. I'm with you. You're right. I understand. I got you. Actually, let's do that with everybody together. Don't do this with your mics unmuted, because then it'll just be a bunch of feedback. But let's just all hit this together. Just repeat after me. Everybody say, I understand. Good. Now, here's how we're going to do a little different, because I'm watching Karina right now, and she's doing it. She's just got like, she's not smiling. She's like, I understand. Like, you guys got to smile when you do this. You got to actually look agreeable when you guys do this. Mary, hopefully you're taking notes. Like, this is what I'm going to need from you, right? So let's do it one more time. Everybody give me some smiles with it. I understand. I'm with you. You're right. I get it. I completely understand. I agree 1000%. You are absolutely right. So look, that's all it is, right? It's just agreeing. Think about it this way. I saw a video one time of this guy. He like travels, and I guess he goes to high schools or colleges or something like that, or middle schools or whatever. And he talks about anti-bullying or whatever. Maybe some of you guys have seen this video before, but he actually like brings a kid on stage, and he gets the kid to just give him insults like over and over and over again. Like, they're just supposed to rapid fire insult this guy. And the whole time every time they give him an insult, he agrees, and then he gives them a compliment back. And then they insult him again, and then he does it again. And then eventually the kid, like, he just wears them down, and they can't even insult him anymore, because he just keeps killing them with kindness. Like you guys have heard that phrase before, right? Kill them with kindness over and over and over again. Think about it this way. When you guys go to complain to somebody at a restaurant or a business or whatever, what are you expecting them to do? You expect them to get hostile back with you. And then it's just fire versus fire. Imagine if they were just calm, collected, agreeable. Eventually, what would happen to you? Your fire dims down now. Because you don't have a reason to get upset anymore because they're not firing back at you. This happened to me at the airport the other day. Some of you guys saw it on my story. Literally, I missed my flight. I had to freaking sprint through the Atlanta airport 3 terminals down to try to get my flight. Missed it by 2 minutes. Missed the boarding door closing by 2 minutes. Had to go to some help desk to get them to get me on a new flight. And I'm pissed off. I'm angry. I go up. I'm ready to rage on this guy. And he did exactly what we're role playing and doing right now. Within like 30 seconds, my attitude like simmered down because I didn't have a reason to be upset. Like he didn't fire back at me. I had no one to be upset about or be upset with. So I just calmed down. We got it handled, got it figured out. And I went on to my next flight. Had to wait 3 hours for the next flight. So that's the thing is like when you guys are getting these, I can't even think of the word now. They're not, complaints. I almost said compliments. When you guys are getting these complaints, don't fire back. Don't act out of defense, right? Just agree and move on. It's that simple. Mr. Dan, you ready, sir? Can you hear me?
Yep. I hear
There
you.
we go. I got you. All right. Same thing. I know you're a martial arts school as well. So I'm going to give you a couple of the same ones actually here. Hey, Dan, I don't want to upgrade my child because the culture on the floor sucks.
I hear you. Tell me more about that.
There you go. Good. Just leave it right at the I hear you, right? That was perfect right there. Hey, I hear you. Hey, I understand. Right? Just leave it right at that. Hey, Dan, I can't afford this. The price is way too high. This is way out of my budget.
I understand. Everything's expensive these days.
Yeah, I need to go talk to my wife about it. I don't think she would be up for martial arts.
I understand. I understand you need to speak to your spouse.
Yeah, and hey, Dan, I'm looking at football for my kid too. I think martial arts and football, they're basically the exact same thing. So I might just go try them out there and just see if that works better for him.
I hear you. Sports is good for kids in general.
I like it. Dan's just got this nice, like agreeable personality to him. Like, I don't know if anybody else kind of catches that vibe. Like, it's hard for me to like be mean to him or give him a complaint because he's just such a nice guy. Now, if it was Deb on the call, like it'd be even harder. Like, I don't think I could argue with Deb. I don't think I could
Want me
do
to
it.
pull her over?
No, don't do it. I mean, I was supposed to agree. I should have agreed. Damn, I failed. No, Aaron walked out of the room, so nobody tell him that. All right, KC, going to you, man. Good job, Mr. Dan. Good job, sir. All right,
Okay,
KC,
ready.
let's do the same thing. KC, you just had a new instructor on your floor, right?
Correct.
What's her name again?
Sierra.
Sierra. Okay. That's
Mhm.
also your niece as well, right?
Yep, sir.
Okay, I won't be too mean. there.
You're
All
good.
right.
Speed. Go for it. I'm ready.
Tread lightly. Here we go.
It's all good.
Hey, KC, I think we're just gonna quit the program. We're not enjoying it anymore.
Hey, I totally understand. And I just want to thank you for actually bringing this up and talking to me about it. So
Yeah, KC, man, I like you as a guy, but the business you're running here is just it's crap, dude. Like there's no way that I can be a part of this anymore.
So, I'm getting it. We're on the same page. And once again, I want to thank you for just having this conversation, bringing it up to me.
Yeah, and you guys are supposed to be teaching discipline, but dude, your school is junky, man. Like I can't even like walk to my chair because it's so dirty around here. How do you guys teach kids discipline with a school looking like this?
I get you. I mean, I understand what you're saying. Once again, just thanks for bringing it up. It's now we can have a conversation about it and figure it out.
Yeah, dude. And your instructor, she's just rude. Like she slapped my child in the face. Like how can you allow that to happen?
I mean, I understand it happened, and let's be on the same page about this, and let's come to a solution together.
Yes, sir. I can't keep going. That's it. I'm literally trying to like come up with stuff off the top of my head. Like I'm not a mean person if anybody's noticed. Like it's hard. This is hard for me. It's probably harder for me than it is for you guys, to be honest. Good job, sir. All right, here we go.
Thanks,
Brandy,
man.
coming to you. You ready?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. All right, Brandy, you're new to the sales role, aren't you?
Yes, I actually work with Dan and Deb.
Yep, and I shouldn't have had you guys. I was just gonna say I shouldn't have had you guys on the same call. I should have had you in separate rooms. So I messed that up when I assigned everybody. Failed. I take full responsibility there. All right, here we go, Brandy. We're gonna do the same thing. Now, here's a note for everybody. Okay, guys. Objections always fall into these 4 categories, and you guys should write these down. Objections fall into these 4 categories: time, stall, money, and the actual product or service. So time, stall, money, product, and service. Those are the 4 categories that objections fall under. Out of those 4 objections, Miss Andrea, which one of those is the real objection? You should know. Out of those 4, which one's the true objection, Miss Andrea?
The time, the stall, the money, or the product.
Yep. Which one's the real objection?
Money.
Who else says
Value.
money? Who else says money? Anybody? Money? Mary says money. Brandy says time. Nick says, I don't freaking know.
The product.
It's the product. Okay. It's the product. That's the only real objection. Everything else is just a complaint. What we're working on right now. Everything else is just a complaint. The reason for that is because price, the money, is only an issue in the absence of value. And where do they have to see value in? The actual product. So if they don't see value in the actual product you guys provide, it doesn't matter how much money. I've got Karina on here. She does mobile IV. If I don't see the value for mobile IV, she can give it to me at any price. I'm still not going to do it because I don't see value in it yet. So her job is to sell me on the value of the product before you even get to the money. A lot of times where I see people make the mistake is they're too quick to offer the price and they haven't done a good job of actually providing the value first. So then they run into all of these issues that they could have avoided if they would have done their fact finding first, find out what they see value in, show them and demonstrate that value, and now you offer the price. Because now you know what my problem is, you know what I'm looking for, you know how to add value to me, you show me that you can add value in that area, and now I'm sold, I'm bought in, I know this is something I want and need. Now you show me the price, and I'm like, oh, dude, you already sold me like 20 minutes ago. Boom, let's figure out the price. Price is just logistics. That's all it is. Okay. So Brandy, that was a note for you, okay? Because I know you're going to get a lot of objections in the sales office. Your job is to understand what category those fall under, because the better you understand those categories, the easier it's going to be for you to predict now what those objections are going to be beforehand. So now you already have an automatic response when somebody gives it to you, and you're already ready to handle it. That's how you become the real professional in this. All right, you ready? Role play with me. Come on.
Oh gosh.
All right. Oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I'm not gonna be that mean. Okay. Now Mary better watch out because she's gonna get it because she works here in the office, and if she screws up, she's in trouble. All right, here we go. Here we go, Brandy. Let's do it. Hey, Brandy. I gotta go talk to my spouse about it and see if this is something we can actually afford to make happen.
Am I still doing the agree? I'm confused.
Just agree. Yep. Just agree.
Okay, understood. I can understand that.
Hold on 1 second. Somebody just, no, he's got to wait. Somebody just entered the waiting room. Sorry about that. All right, I'm gonna keep going. Hey, Brandy. Yeah, we were thinking about upgrading our child, but he doesn't like martial arts anymore. He wants to go try soccer now, so we're gonna go do that.
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
Okay. The price is way too high. I can't afford it. I think you guys are charging way too much for the value that you're actually providing. Is there some way we can just get a refund on our money?
I think you're right about that.
Okay. I was hoping she was gonna say, yeah, we can give you a refund. I was about to say, let's go. Dan was gonna be like, you're fired. Let's keep going. Damn, I can't think of any more. Good job, Brandy. Good job. I'll just give it to you there. See, the way I really like to do these drills, and this is what I should have done. I like to do it as just a straight out like insult drill, like black belt level. Like I just insult you the whole time. Nick's like, bring it on. Like literally, I just pull anything out of the hat. I just call you names. I just insult the hell out of you, and then you just got to take it. But I was told to be nice on this one today. All right, here we go. Karina, let's do it. Uh-oh, I can't hear you. Try it again. Uh-oh, we can't hear you. Oh, no.
What about now?
Oh, there we go. Now we got you. Now we got you. All right, Karina, your mobile IV, whole different set of objections on this one. We actually covered some of these on our podcast together. You ready?
Oh, yes, let's do it.
Hey, Karina. Yeah, you know what you're doing here is cool, but I'm scared of needles. So yeah, I'm not gonna do this.
Totally understand. I get it. Let me walk you through it.
Yeah, I don't see how you can charge for something like this. Like, why would I not just go to the doctor and get it done? Why would I need you?
I absolutely understand your concern, but let me tell you all about it.
Hey, I'd rather have a actual store that I can go to. I don't feel comfortable with you coming to my house.
I understand.
Damn, shit, she's good. Fuck it, whatever. Good job. I like it. Now, here's one thing that everybody should do though, is you should just write out a lot of the most common objections that you guys get, because you'll notice there's not a lot of them. Like if you really narrow it down, it's just a few things. It all goes back to those 4 objections that I talked about, but there's really not a lot of objections you would get it in no matter what industry you're in. It's always going to be the same thing. So that's why I have a hard time doing it this way. Like this is why I'd rather just insult people, not because I'm mean to people, but because like literally it's just easier to just say, hey, I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like this. This is stupid. That's dumb. Like that's easier to do versus figuring out the objections for every industry. Because in reality, like I said, there's only 4. So then you're just really nitpicking there. But this is still a good drill for you guys to do for yourselves and then for your team as well. Because then what you'll notice in that is your team will start to pick up on, okay, we know we're going to hear this. We know we're going to hear this. So now when they get hit with it, they're not like, they're just ready to go with it. That's the other thing, guys. When it comes to the agreement drill, the goal is to be quick and immediate with it. Like as soon as Andrea gives me a complaint, Andrea, give me some kind of complaint or objection or whatever, shoot me something.
I really don't like your product line. It's all red. I hate
I
red.
understand. I'm with you. Like you want to almost to the point where you're interrupting their complaint. Like I want to just be that quick with it. What I don't want is this. She gives me an objection.
You really charge too much for every little thing. I hate it.
Well, I get that, but like you don't want that, right? Because now that's showing uncertainty, right? So now who's more sold, her or me? So I want to be able to come back immediately with that agreement, just so that way it shows a different level of certainty. Go ahead and keep yourself unmuted. Why'd you mute yourself? You know you're next.
Because I got my dogs. I'm afraid they're just going to go berserk all of a sudden and we're going to hear chaos.
You're good. You're good. You ready?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Now I know you've gotten a lot of objections over the time here, so we're gonna have some fun with this one. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it. Hey Andrea, you know I like that last instructor better than the guy you have now. So is there like, can we just cancel our membership because I don't want to work with this guy?
Totally agree with you. The last guy was a lot better.
Yeah, that Albert guy, like he's a
He
doof.
sucks.
Like, yeah, I don't
He is a
want to
goof.
work with him.
Yeah, me either. I totally agree with you.
And why is he always yelling? It's so dumb. Like, why can't he just like talk like a regular person? Why do you guys have to hire people that are so loud?
I have no idea, but I totally agree with you.
Yeah, and you know, the school is just like it's super dirty. Like when I walk off the mat, the bottom of my foot is blacker than it already is. Like, why would I train in a place like that?
I don't know. I absolutely agree with you, and I take 100% for why your feet are black.
I like it. I like it. I saw Karina almost like spit out something when I said that. She's like, he just said he was black. Good job. Good job. Hey, quick note, Andrea, Kevin Hart's going to be in Knoxville next weekend. You saw that, right?
I saw that post. Are we okay? Like Amanda's birthday is on Friday.
Okay, we'll figure that out at a different time. But I just wanted to remind you of that.
Maybe let's go see Kevin Hart together.
That's right. That's right. All right, Mary, you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Hey, Mary, you know, I would join that whole Rise thing that you guys got going on, but that redheaded guy, he's too much. He's too intense. I can't work with a guy like that.
I get where you're coming from, but you know what? Let's send you more information. We can try talking about it.
Yeah, and you know, he like cussed me out and he like smacked me in the face. Like, who the hell does that? Like, don't you guys have an HR department or something?
Nah, screw HR. Just kidding. I get where you're coming from. You know, he's a special individual, but he's a good guy and he's got the knowledge.
Yeah, but you know, the price that you guys are charging is way too high. Like, I don't know how you guys can expect anybody to pay prices like that for coaching. Like, that's just dumb.
I see where you're coming from, but if I sent you more information, I think you'd see our value.
Yeah, but
No, I got a little defensive
what
there.
information could you send me though? Because you've already shown me everything, and I can already tell this is way too much. Like, you guys are just trying to take my money.
I see where you're coming from.
I could have kept going just
I don't
because
know
it's the
where I would
company
go
I
with
work
that. Yeah, I
for.
know.
Like, I was trying to decide how deep into this
I
do
know
I
you
want to
almost
go,
immediately want to get defensive.
but that is true though. Like, especially for those of you guys on here that are the business owners, or even if you're not the business owner, even if you just really have a deep tie to the product and the service that you guys provide, what happens a lot of time is you'll get these complaints, and immediately your initial reaction is you do want to get defensive because it's your baby. Like, who wouldn't want to get defensive? Like, you started this business, you took on a lot of risks to make it happen. You know the value you provide, even though everybody else doesn't see what happens behind the scenes. So you get those objections, immediately you want to come back and get defensive, but you got to realize it from their standpoint as well, right? And you can't disagree with them. Doesn't mean the customer's always right. However, you do have to get to the point where you can see their side, that you can see their point of view. Mary, a couple quick notes on what you did though. Try to take out the word but. Right? Like, and that's for everybody. Try to take the word but out of your vocabulary, because now
Like
it
a
just
half-assed
negated everything
apology.
that you said, right? It just took away everything you said.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, I understand, but right? It's either you understand or you don't understand. So which one is it, right? So take out the but. I would go with and. Hey, I understand, and here's what I can do for you. I can actually send you more information. Or, hey, I understand, and here's what I can do for you. Let me set you up with a call with one of our coaches. His name is Cameron, and let him explain more about who we are and what we do, just to make sure you've got the full understanding about us. Like, use that and versus the but, because now it's more of a combination versus a conjunction, right? Look at me using stuff I learned in elementary school. Dang. You mean to tell me we actually learned something in elementary? Come on now. I like it. All right. Does that make sense though?
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect.
Those are good notes.
All right, guys. So now the next thing is this. Once you guys do your, and we've got a couple more minutes here. Once you guys do your agreement, then the next step of that is you transition back to the fact finding. So this is what Nick tried to do earlier. Okay. And I'm not saying what he did was wrong. What he did was right. Just wasn't that part of the drill. But this is what you do now. Sorry. And this is what you do now. Once you agree, now you try to transition. And the transition point that I'm going to go from is going back to the fact finding versus going back to defending. So notice, Mary, when you did George just a second ago, what happened is you agreed with me. And then there was a point there where you tried to defend yourself, right? You tried to defend the company. So now you're playing from defense. By the way, guys, if you're in a sporting event, right? If you're in a sports game or whatever, if you're playing from defense the entire time, eventually you're going to what? Lose. If you're only playing from defense the entire time, eventually you're going to lose, right? So what you do is instead you take back control of the conversation. That's where you go back to the fact finding. So you're going to start asking questions now to get a response, and the person that gets the answers to their questions is the person who controls the conversation. Notice, not the person who asks the questions, the person that gets answers to their questions. So let's say I was in Nick's case in a martial arts school and somebody tells me, hey, the price is too high. I'm going to go, hey, I understand. Look, I'm completely with you, man. I know the price is too high because I created the price, dude. Hey, and let me ask you this. Why did you guys even get started in martial arts in the first place? Why did you even come check us out in the first place? And they're going to say, oh, well, because we wanted discipline and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Great. And how much is that worth to you? Let's talk about the discipline for a second, or let's talk about the confidence for a second. How much is your son's confidence worth to you, Dad? Oh, you can't put a price tag on that. Exactly. And that's why we're here, is because we're going to help him build that confidence up. So that way, no matter what situation he got put in, you know, and he knows that he can handle himself in this situation. So other than the price, what else would keep you guys from joining our program? Well, it's just the price. Well, great. If I can help you figure out the price today, if I can help you get creative on the price today and make it something that'll work for you guys, would you still move forward with our program? Well, yeah, of course. Great. Let's do it right now.
You say that last line again? That was really clean. I want to write it down.
So I did kind of a two-parter there, right? So, hey, is there anything other than the price that would keep you guys from joining our program? They're going to say no, or they'll say yes. If they say yes, that tells me there's something else wrong, right? But if they say no, then that means that, okay, it's just the price, right? And the confidence thing, we've solved that problem. Hey, if I can help you get creative on how to make the price work today, would you guys commit to moving forward? If I can help you figure this out, if we can work together on this, would you move forward? Well, yeah, of course. Great. I'm going to block off the next hour on my calendar just for you. Let's sit down and figure this out. Or the next 10 minutes. Let's figure this out. Instead of me going back and trying to defend, right? All the prices are high. Oh, yeah, but we have this, and this. You're trying to defend now. So I flip it back by asking a question that takes me back into the fact-finding section, because remember, when these complaints come up, when these objections come up, there's something that we didn't sell right in the demonstration, which means we didn't have the right information when we were fact-finding. So there's something we didn't really dig deep on to figure out. So that way we actually presented the product in a way to where it actually meets their needs and shows value to them. Make sense?
So I know you said not to get defensive, but how, I guess when you're trying to sell something, I've always kind of been taught that you need to like stay positive about it the whole time. Like,
yeah, of course.
Like for instance, when they were saying, when you're saying someone's saying something negative about Aaron, and then you're saying to kind of agree, it's almost like I'm talking shit about my boss almost. You know
Not
what I
really.
mean?
It depends on how you do it, right? So like flip it back on me, and I've got my headphones in so he can't hear you. So flip it back.
I don't care.
He won't fist bump me now. He won't
But
fist bump me. There we go.
I don't know if they were like,
But yeah,
Aaron's
no,
a
flip it
dick.
on me. Like bring it back on me.
Yeah, I think Aaron's a dick.
Hey, I'm with you. I understand. Like, it's that simple. Like, I didn't say you're
but
right.
is that me saying, okay, yeah, you're
I
just
didn't say
saying I
you're
get where you're
right.
coming from. Okay.
I
'Cause
said,
that's the
hey, I
part
understand.
that's the
Hey,
reason
I
I
get
get
where you're coming
defensive.
from.
Yeah.
Right? I understand your viewpoint. Let's agree to disagree. Like, I understand your viewpoint right now. Hey, I get you. Hey, I'm with you. Now, if I say,
That
yeah,
makes
you're
sense.
right, I completely agree. Like, yeah, now you're agreeing with that complaint, right? In a different way.
Okay.
But right now, I'm just saying, hey, I get where you're coming from. I understand your side of view or your point of view.
Okay. That makes sense.
And then, like, if you're really good, like, if you're really sold on to what I would do is this, it's like, hey, I'm with you. Hey, I completely understand. That wouldn't keep you guys from moving forward, would you? Would it? Right? Or, hey, I completely understand. Hey, I'm with you. That wouldn't keep you from getting the education and the training that you need to actually make your business more profitable and more successful, would it? You wouldn't let that keep you from doing this, would you? See kind of how you do that? Right? And I'm not being defensive. I'm not saying, yeah, you're right. I'm saying, hey, I get where you're coming from. Hey, I understand. And now let's go back to making sure that this is the right product for you.
Okay.
Let's make sure there's no other objections or complaints out there. Yeah, agreement means you acknowledge them, not that they're correct. Exactly. It's not that the customer is always right. But in their mind, they are. All right, so let's try it. Andrea, you ready? So basically, you're going to agree with me on this. You're going to agree with me. And then you're going to give me a question that takes us back into the fact finding again. And it can be one of those questions of like what we just said, right? Hey, well, tell me why you guys got started in the first place. Or, hey, that wouldn't keep you guys from moving forward, would it? Or whatever the case is, because now we can take it and tailor it from there. Make sense? Now it's just
Yes,
a
sir.
conversation. Here we go. Hey, Andrea, you know, I love everything you guys did here, but the price is just way too high. I can't afford it. It's out of my budget. It's outside of my price range. So we're just going to have to pass on this today.
Hey, I agree with you. What made you want to do martial arts in the first place?
Well, my kid needed some discipline, and you know, we've looked for a lot of ways to be able to do that, and we just haven't found anything that works best for us. So that's why we brought him in.
Yeah, I hear you. Discipline is important for our kids these days, and it is hard to find a place for that for them, especially with everything that's going on. I feel confident that we can provide that for you. Do you think being able to get your child discipline is worth the value that you see here?
Say that one more time, Andrea.
Do you think that
Take out think. Take out think. Do you believe?
Do you believe that if we could provide that, I'm trying to find the right words. Do you believe the value of discipline is worth a price?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it way exceeds it.
So don't let the price stop you, because you're going to get the solution to the problem that you came for us for.
And then give me a call to action.
So let's do this.
There you go.
Give me your 16 digits. Let's go.
Or the first 16 digits of your credit card. That's right.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. Good. So that's an example of how you guys do that. I like it. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna do this real fast. Oh, it looks like I can only send a message. All right. I'm sending it as a message. 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. All right, Casey, you ready?
Hit me.
Let's do it. All right. Hey Casey, thanks for your time, man. But I gotta go talk to my wife about this. It's a pretty big investment. You're asking for $20,000, man. Like that's crazy for martial arts. So I gotta go talk to my wife about this. Did Casey get kicked out? Casey got kicked out. Dang, couldn't handle the objection. He got kicked out. Man, all right. Let's flip it to Brandy. Come on, Brandy. Somehow he got removed. You ready, Brandy?
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. Hey,
there might be kids screaming in a second. I'm sorry.
you're all good. You're all good. Hey, Brandy, thanks for your time. Yeah, we'd love to get our kid in premier training, but that's just a big investment. You're asking for $7,000 for martial arts for a 7-year-old. Like, that's dumb. We can't do that.
I hear what you're saying. And then I have to keep.
Now you're in a transition. That's right. Yep. Now you transition into fact finding.
Okay. So what are you looking for, or what are you looking to accomplish for your son here or in martial arts?
I don't know. Just a after school activity for him to participate in, get some movement. That's kind of it.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is you're looking for a way for him to stay physically fit, some fitness, some activity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And that's something that we can provide for you.
I would add in this, like, hey, great. What else?
Great. What else?
Yeah, right. Like, because it's not just that. I guarantee you it's not just that. I guarantee you there's more. And even with that, like if they say fitness, in my mind, what I've noticed a lot is when they say fitness, it actually ties into something different. Does anybody know what it normally ties into?
Is it confidence?
Confidence. Right? So it actually really ties into something else, but you got to kind of dig that out. Like that's the way I like to think about even just fact finding in general. I know we're handling objections, but that's what I think about fact finding in general is like the questions that you're asking is like the shovel and you're just digging and digging and digging and digging and digging until you finally get to the gold. Right. And remember, there's a DBM, right? Your dominant buying motive. There's that one thing that's gonna flip the switch for them to pull the trigger to make the decision. Your job is to find out what that one thing is, and then you just double down on it. So I'm just gonna keep digging and digging and digging and digging and digging until I finally get to that gold. Now I'm like, boom, that's it right there. And you'll know when you find it too. Because as soon as you hit it, they'll start actually selling themselves. Because they're going to start talking about it and they're going to start seeing how this actually adds value to it. So that's your job is like, you've just got to dig. You got to be an investigator. You just keep digging in. And that's something that you continue to role play, right? You guys role play that, you practice it out, and over time it gets better and better, but you just got to force yourself to do it more. I like it. I like it. All right, guys. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get ready to take a 5-minute break, and then we're going to return to the main session, and then we'll keep it going from there. So you guys got about a 5-minute break, use the bathroom, get some water, get some coffee, whatever you need to do, and then we'll get back together. All right, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, hey, guys, as everybody's joining in, we're going to get ready to take a 5-minute break here. That's your chance. Go to the restroom, get some water, get some coffee, get some snacks, do what you got to do. But 5 minutes, we'll be coming back together. So make sure you guys are ready to rock and roll. So we'll see you guys in about 5 minutes. Let's go.
I don't do the most, but I
to offer more? Because it created a conversation, a little confusion to redirect. We got into another conversation. I'm going to be able to potentially get a great deal in this company. If I got to make a decision when I get there, that's exactly what they're telling me. All right, I got to fact find more in depth and do my due diligence. But now I might be able to get it for 600 maybe, okay? Or for 425 or free, right? That's the ultimate deal, all right? So understand guys, that listen, when you're doing anything, even buying a company, I have to sell them on the idea that I'm the right fit. I'm the right person. I'm buying this building right now. I got to sell them. I'm the right person. Okay. That's a sell. I've got to be able to do that. Well, guess what? It starts with something written. I got to be able to put something in position to them. So it creates the conversation to be ready to go. Matter of fact, tomorrow I'm having a meeting tomorrow about being a partner with someone, and I'm offering them something that I had to put in writing to make it a conversation to get to the meeting. Okay, so give this to every customer. Don't just think, by the way, change the way you think of who your customer is. Okay, I'm actually trying to give someone basically $250,000 tomorrow. Okay, but I'm trying to close them so I can give them the money. Written proposal. Okay, always, that should be an always. Okay, you know, you have some math on this, right? Don't present proposal. I think it's more than 70% now. Okay, I think it's more than 70%. Let's see if I do this right. Look at that. All right, so present an offer to every buyer, every time, in every situation, no exceptions. You know, this should be an always. All right, and if you don't have an always, you have a never. So this is something all of us have got to be better about. You've heard me say I'm writing an LOI to something every single day. I'm selling someone the idea to work with me. Let me be their partner. Let me start the company. Let me buy their company. I'm doing this every single day. I wrote 2 of these today at coffee. Okay. I don't know how to figure all the rest of it out. I start the conversation and give a written proposal. Okay. The simple discipline will increase your business by at least 20%. I'm going to add a 0, like 200%. Okay. This guy tomorrow, by the way, this guy tomorrow coming in, I'm convincing him with $250,000, by the way, that I don't have right now, just to throw at him. I'm going to get it. I have to go, but I don't matter about the money if I can't convince him to say yes to me. I got a verbal yes. I'm trying to get a written yes. He's got the LOI in his hand. Here's the thing: it's a 9-figure exit for him. Why would you take 250 for a hundo? Okay, would you take 250K for 100 million? For sure, but you got to wait 10 years. Still, for sure, I have to sell them on the idea, which he sold to get me a verbal yes. I got to sell them tomorrow to be real about enough to, hey, take my check. Don't cash it until next week. I'm going to figure that out. I'm going to give myself 7 days to go figure this out. Okay, I'm going to sell Cameron a G-Wagon. I'm going to figure it out. Okay. All right. So let's make sure that's an always. Speaking of which, you got to train on this. You got to train your team. Like, what are they writing up? Do they know how to write up? Are they writing too small of a deal? There was a location. Matter of fact, I think you're still working. You just were there actually. I was like, why is everyone in the lowest level program in this martial arts program? It's ridiculous. Like, no one should be wanting to go to those programs, because I listened to the sales guy, and like everybody, he doesn't have a belief system. Everyone's going to the easy low-hanging fruit offer. So like when you're writing a deal, I'm not writing a deal for the low entry fee. I want you to get the thing that you need, not what you can afford. All right. And then I can figure it out from there. Okay. So this should be an always. I'm getting this thing figured out. Man, one of these days I'll have this. Okay. So excuses for not creating a proposal. You not ready, not committed. You don't have both those people there that need to make a decision in front of you. Okay. They're still shopping. These are their reasons, but these are also your reasons why you're too freaking scared. Okay. The other opportunities. Okay. Yeah. This was perfect. 100% of those you don't present will not buy. Well, no shit. They don't have something written in their hand. They're not going to be able to buy. So make this an always. Make this an always. Okay. So listen, they're not ready. Maybe you're not ready. Maybe you're not trained. Maybe you're not practicing. Okay. Maybe you didn't role playing. They're not committed to the product or the service you have in front of them, but you might not be committed either, because you don't even have your own damn kids eating the food or taking the lessons or driving the car. I mean, if I sold Mercedes, I'm not driving a BMW. Okay. If I sell Chevrolets, I'm driving a Chevrolet. Okay. They're still shopping. Okay. And they have other opportunities. So what are those other opportunities? They come and look at your Mercedes. They're going to go to the BMW and the Audi. They're going to go to the competitors. Okay. All right. 100% of those you don't present will not buy. That should be something you guys always understand. Look at that. Did it right on the first try. All right. So this one is not used enough. Third-party touch. How does a third-party touch work? I've got the person coming in. I show them the car. They test drive the car. I do everything right. I'm agreeing. I fact find. I put them in the right product. Everything's right. Everything's a go. Maybe they have both decision makers there. Maybe they're ready to buy. Everything's ready. They don't close. All right. I got them a yes. I got everything sold. I get to the close. They're not ready. I don't need to back out of the deal. I'm going to hand over to Cameron. And Cameron's going to, and I'm going to give him the information, the education of what just went down. He's going to pick it up and be like, hey, Mr. Johnson, listen, I know you just went with Aaron on this test drive. Man, he said you love the car. Everything's right. Hey, what's it going to take for us to go ahead and get this done today? And maybe my energy, maybe I spoke too fast. Maybe I'm too redheaded, right? Maybe I'm too cool for them. And Cameron's a little bit more, buttoned up. Maybe they don't trust me. Maybe they don't trust me because I'm so good at what I do. They're like, yes, this sounds too good to be true. And I hand them off to Cameron. Maybe I fumbled something. Maybe I didn't ask the right question. I thought I did. They are sold. They're ready to go. Maybe I just got to sweet talk them. Listen, I love pissing Cameron off on this. Cameron's got the deal done, got the deal done, got the deal done. They don't close. I was like, give me that. I go over there, shabam. One conversation, they pay us some money. Okay, how many times does that happen? And here's what's crazy. This has happened 7, 8, 10 days ago in my house. I was like, call that guy right now. Okay, call that guy right now. Is he on the call today on this one? Man, he should be on this call today. He's coming to my house on Thursday. So I was like, hey, call this guy right now. I was like, I already know. Like I knew, by the way, I knew this much information. Did he already visit you by that time? I think he already visited you. So Cameron's already met a guy. He already visited. Like I didn't know anything much about, I knew like 3 things. But what I know about those 3 things is I know where that guy's going to drop the ball in the future and he's going to screw it up. And so I got him on a call literally it was on a Sunday. Was that a week ago? Actually, was that a week ago from today? Holy shit, that was a week ago today. Okay. And I was like, hey, let me tell you why you, so I listened to him. He gave me some complaint or some rejection of Saturday. So 8 days ago. And I says, great, I'm with you. Here, hey, by the way, let me go and tell you, that's awesome. Congratulations. I'm with you 100%. Let me tell you how you're going to fail at going after all that stuff. So I started the Agreeance and then I told him, hey, let me show you what's going to happen. I said, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. And that's why you'll never get the $10 million. Okay. And then later that day, he gave us $5K. And then he showed up and had his first appointment with me. And I spent an hour with him. And I showed him how this year on one product and one service he doesn't have yet, that he does have, but he doesn't know how to do it right. He's going to take his $2 million a year company. Guy's 24 years old, by the way. He's going to take his $2 million company and make 10 million this year. And then I asked him a question after his brain was like on fire. Hey, tell me why you won't do this. He's like, well, there's no reason I won't do it. Okay, let's go a little deeper. Tell me what's missing that you don't have that you feel like you're going to stop. Okay, $10 million is in his hands right now. This guy's a hustler. He's doing awesome. Okay, he has a $10 million company this year with a 30% margin. So I says, you know what? You know what the biggest problem you're going to have is at the end of the year, we have $3 million and you're 25 years old. What the hell are you going to do with that money? Let's go to Vegas is what a 25-year-old is going to think. Okay. And so it creates now his asset becomes a liability, and we already solved that. Okay. But so understand that was from a third-party touch. We would have not closed that deal. Imagine him finishing, imagine, that's a good word. Imagine this 24-year-old, he turns 25, he does $10 million, has $3 million in profit because Cameron and I did a third-party touch, closed the deal. We made a little bit of money, but imagine the opportunity a 25-year-old with $3 million in the bank is going to, with the right leadership and mentorship, what's he going to do with that money? He's going to be hiring people. He's going to get better. He's going to attract more people to him. It's going to exponentially improve his family, his employees, his network, his influence, all because third-party touch, okay? So I'm not even going to read you all this stuff, but I'm going to tell you this right now. Here's a simple way to do this. You should have a rule. No one walks out your door. No one closes down the email funnel or the text funnel that you have. No one shuts it down with the person. That is a no. Remember, no, N-O is the first 2, not now, unless the third-party touch comes in. That's the manager stepping in. That's the person above you stepping in. And they need to have the right information, and they need to be able to come at it from maybe a different angle, maybe some alignment, okay? So just understand, always or nevers, should always present an offer, always have a third-party touch. You need to role play that. What does that look like? You took them through the funnel, you demonstrated the product, you put them on the right product, demonstrated the right product. You get into the close and you can't close it. Here's some options. Okay, if they're in your building, you automatically say, hey, look, one more time, let me go grab my manager real fast. Let me go, that's what they do in the car business, right? Do I go grab this person over here, right? In the karate world, do I go grab the instructor and bring him in? What's that? Timeshares, right? Yeah, I mean, every great sales company has a third-party touch. But how are you going to do it? If it's a phone call procedure and you're trying to close over the phone or through web cam like Zoom or whatever like that, what's your third-party touch? If it's email, what's your third-party touch? Do you have a policy? It's an always or a never. You need to have an always, okay? So I'm telling you what we've got to be better at here. We have to submit an always a written proposal, and we've got to do a better job ourselves being transparent with you guys about doing this, because I don't think we've ever not closed a deal on third-party touch. I think I'm 100 for 100. Damn, yes. Well, that makes me so happy. All right, number 6, always provide options, okay? Never present one proposal to a customer no matter what, okay? A is what they request. B is something higher. C is something lower. And that's enough. Go to the jewelry store. Hey, let me show you rings. If they just show you the case of rings, you freak out and panic. It's too much stuff. What they do is, hey, how much they must spend on that ring? Maybe 10 grand, okay? And they're going to show you the $10,000 ring. They're going to show you the $14,000. And they're going to show you the $6,000. And more than likely, you're going to fall between A and B. You're not going to go for the 6K, okay, if they've done this right. A great salesperson is going to take you from the one you wanted, and they're going to put you on something a little higher, all right? You go look at the car, and the car's got the baseline, it's got the sport mode, and it's got the luxury mode. And their goal is, you told them you wanted the base, they're going to try to move you up a little bit on that same product, right? They're going to show you the one, they're going to show you the higher, and they're going to show you the model that's a different model together, not even the same car. It doesn't have the third row, it's a 2-row, and you're like, for 7,000 more, I get the car I want. Okay, great, let's do that. Okay, so options, right? And the example here on the ABC, oh man, I was so good there for a minute, is look, there's 3 watches here. Okay, these are all the same brand watches. I'm not wearing mine right now, but these are all Hublot watches, okay? And Hublots range from, for brand new, they range from, 10K to 200K, right? It's a big range, okay? And so this one's a Big Bang. I don't know what the names are. All of them are. I think one's a classic. But what they're going to do is, maybe this is the one you wanted right here, okay? But that's the one you wanted, and it's $25,000. They're going to show you the one that's 40,000. They're going to show you the one that's 10 over here. Okay. And these might seem like big scales, but here's the thing is, they don't, by the way, like if you're going to buy a Hublot, they don't finance these things. Like you go buy a $40,000 car, they're going to finance it. You go buy a $40,000 watch, they don't finance it. Okay. Can you get financing on it? Maybe you got the American Express, you finance it that way, but they don't finance these things. You come in, you buy it, you leave. Or you come in and buy it and they wait 6 weeks or 8 weeks or 12 weeks to be on a list. Okay, my first one I bought of this, actually I was on 1 year waiting list to be able to buy the watch. Like literally I had to give the money and wait a year. That's crazy. Okay. A great salesperson doesn't just show you the one you want. Okay, by the way, this one's $200, the one I'm wearing right now. And I wear it more than any of the other watches. Okay. They don't show you the one you want or just the one you want. They're going to show you up and down to get you either come right in the middle or to go to the higher one. You're probably never going lower. Okay. Now here's the thing about a sales cycle. Okay, my first watch. This is God's honest truth. Cameron's seen this happen at least 2 or 3 of the times. Okay, at least 2 or 3 of the times. But he doesn't know the other 8 years before that. I walked into one of their stores, okay, one of their boutiques, and I tried on. Actually, the first couple of years, I didn't feel confident enough to even try it on because I was like, I don't want to even feel it, man. I don't want to feel it yet. That was a mistake on my part. I should have felt it a lot earlier, okay? Like once you feel it, you want it more. You want to deep with it, okay? You should want to feel it sooner, quicker, faster, and then you'll fall in love with it, and it will push you and motivate you and pull you into the future. But I was too scared. I didn't even ask. I just walked in and looked at it. Man, that looks dope. Looks awesome. And I go back to the same one. Eventually, I was like, hey, can I try that on? Can I try it on? They put the gloves on. They try it on. I make Cameron do this when he goes with me. You guys should make, if you got staff, you take them somewhere, make them try on the $15,000 jacket. Make them drive the $200,000 car. Make them drive or put on the $50,000, $100,000 watch, the $25,000 ring. Make them try it. Okay, get closer to it. Go stay in Airbnb. That's a $3 million home in like What the heck is this? Okay. Feel it. Okay. Seeing is believing, right? And it's better if you can taste it, smell it, and have it all together at the same time. But you try it on. What happens is I did this for years. You start picturing, right? Just like I was telling you about him driving the car. So the first time, here's what's crazy. The first time I bought one, 2 months later, I bought the second one. I waited 10 years, a decade to buy a $60,000 watch. And then two months later, buy the next one. One for me was for the wife. They show up with a gun on their hip to deliver this to your house. Were you there when that happened? Okay, you've seen the picture, right? They fly it direct on a private jet to your house. The lady has a gun. You have to cut this thing off with it. It's crazy, okay? And then 6 months later, buy the third. 10 years before I buy the first one. And then 150K later, I got 3 within a 6-7 month period of time. Crazy, stupid, okay? And then what happens is you start noticing them everywhere. I don't even wear it that much, okay? And by the way, I get more compliments on the $200 white watch from Movement than I do from a $60,000, they don't even know what brand this is. Now, what's the lesson in that? Depending on what you're selling, one, you might need a higher volume of a product in your service to sell, right? Meal prep, for example, right? Our goal is to get a $400 average per week, okay? My lunch today, there's 4 of us that ate. It was $100 and something for lunch, and it was a pizza place. Food cost is ridiculous, okay? We want to be able to feed a family of 4 nights a week, and some other meals with that, but 4 full meals for family of 4 at a $400 average. And these are gourmet, high quality. You would spend $50 per person at a restaurant. We're going to be able to deliver it to your house. That's our goal. I believe we're going to massively beat it because one of the ways we're going to sell that no one else does is we're going to have people. Matter of fact, the people who are getting stuff the next few weeks, we're going to give them the first opportunity to have $10,000 in service and product condensed down to a $5,000 price tag to force our commitment into the future for the product and service we have, and they get the win, which then commits us and gives us the capital to go faster, because if you don't go faster, you don't get that at all. No one sells stuff like that in that mill space right now. No one's thinking about, let's take care of the family. Let's commit them by taking money right now and give them a win financially. Imagine being able to feed better than Ruth's Chris to your house, delivered to your house, and you're paying $12 or $14, where it's at a loss to the company. Short term, massive win for the future, because guess what? When people have a great experience, what do? Yeah, it's going to be easy to get it the next yes. Okay, so how many options do you have? Always, that's a freaking big word, provide options. You guys probably don't have enough options. You think options are different products and services. It could just be layers to what you got going on. These are all pretty much the same watch. Okay. Look, oh, man. Okay. All right. Going back to the third-party touch here. This is a different third-party touch. The other one was manager, employee. This is having another party or multiple parties touch every prospect, customer, buyer, non-buyer. Okay. Think about this. You should be talking about yourself, but it's better when the other customer already that's done conducted business with you talks about you to them. So the third party touch was me, employee, go grab manager. I bring him in. Okay. That's one option. Okay. The next is I'm going to take Billy over here and Susie, his wife, and I'm going to have them talk to my potential customer and tell them about the service and the commitment and the product. Think about that third-party touch, okay? So have you ever even tried that? Have you tried that? And there's a right way to do this. Let me give you some things you shouldn't do. Okay, Cameron's my customer. Lakin is not my customer, but I got her ready to close. What I don't want to do is I don't want to group text Cameron, me, and Lakin all in a group text and say, hey, Cameron, real quick, I got Lakin in this text. Hey, they're thinking about doing the new super truck I've got selling on the lot here. Hey, tell them about the experience you've had with me. Because then what happens is he might not want to be pulled into that conversation. Now I've just taken a great customer who's going to spend more with me, go deeper with me, buy the third watch in 7 months. Now he's just pissed off. So first thing I do is I'm gonna if I have a pin in my relationship, do I call him, text, or email him? Whoever we communicate, I'll pick up the phone. But hey, Cameron, listen, I got a person here that's really wanting to do the same thing you did with me. Is there okay if I share your email? Is it okay if I share your phone number and let them call you and talk about the experience? And I'm going to put them in touch with each other, his permission, his way he wants to be communicated with. If it's email, I'm going to say, hey, Lakin, I just dropped you an email from Cameron. Go ahead and hit him up with your questions. He said he'll handle and share his experience. And I get out of the conversation. Right? Because if dad's there and say, hey, Jackson, talk to Lakin, and I'm there in front refereeing, they're not going to be as transparent and honest. I need to connect the dots, back out of it, and trust that I've done such a great job that Cameron's going to be real and transparent, right? And then I'm going to play the follow-up game. So touch early, touch during. Well, what are we talking about? Touch early and touch during and touch on the exit and touch in the follow-up. I like touching. Touching is way more fun, okay? All right, so I would be cautious about using the same person all the freaking time. You'll burn them out. Okay, you'll burn them out. So I would have kind of a level of ask before I kind of shift to someone else. Right. Speaking of burnout, on the Grant Cardone coaching team, I was the number one number one coach in 2023. Okay. I'm hoping not to be that for 2024 because I've pivoted. I don't do the coaching part anymore, except for a very select few people. Right. So I'm intentionally pulling myself out of that race. But here's the reason why they burned me out a little bit is because they had me do this for them all the time, every single time, and they closed the deal every single time. And these are six-figure contracts that they're getting in exchange. So first, I made them the most money because they get 10% cut. It's a franchise. They get 10% cut right there. Okay. Plus, I got to pay them $25K per person for me, Cameron, and Travis right there, and 10% royalty. And then they want me to go close deals for them and then didn't throw me any bone. After a while, I'm like, bro, I can't take an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours of my day every single day helping you close deals. That's your job. Okay. I says, well, how about they just pay me and I'll coach them because, that's what they should be doing. So they called me not too long ago and they're like, hey, look, we want to do this for you, this for you, this for you. And I laid it out exactly what they need to do for me. And now it's up to them to follow up. Guess what? Have they played the follow-up game? Not yet. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. So who do you have right here? All right. So 7 tips. 7 tips. Remember what I said at the very beginning? Oh man, we got to go. The best way to make sense of what you do want is to know what you don't want, baby. All right. Remember I said 7 tips, but guess what? We believe in overpromise and overdeliver. Let's go to number 8. All right, here we go.
Oh yeah. That's just Zoom.
7 plus 1 is 8. So these are bonus ones. Okay, the second sell. I just talked about this. The easiest money ever is the second sell. When I was in the martial arts space, we were the expert, the master. We're the best that's ever done it at getting the second sell. The watch guy was the best, and he still follows up with me. He follows me on social. He DMs me when he sees me winning at something. He sees me somewhere. He's like, man, that watch will look great here. He's still following up. He did it for years. Got 1 sell. Second sell got real easy. Okay. Second sell. When should it happen? It should happen in the close. While you're closing the first one, you should be asking for the second sell. We've got to do a better job of that. We're sometimes so locked in, we don't ask for the second sell, okay? Look at that. 96% don't even attempt. I would close somebody on a $200 a month program. And by the way, let's add the sister for another $100. Okay, like people don't ask. They just don't ask. They don't ask. You don't get what you don't ask for. How about when you go buy the ice cream and they close it up? Hey, that's $7.94. Hey, by the way, would you like to add some marshmallows? You've already paid. I'll tell you what does this really good. The other day, I had to do a makeup gift for someone. You ever done this before? Like you screw something up or whatever, you do a makeup gift. So I bought the thing. I've already paid. It's already charged my card. Then it says, oh, by the way, this goes really good with what you just bought. It already has your payment information. Click this button. It was 1 click. Boom. Oh, by the way, 4 times in a row. Do you think I ever said no? Never said no. So I went from a $400 purchase to a $1,600 purchase. I went from $400 to $1,600. Then 2 days ago, one of my companies needed some reinforcement with some back-end stuff from my attorney told me to do. So I went online, did what he told me to do, followed the paperwork, paid for it. And then this thing said, hey, by the way, we can do this for one of the other companies for an additional $49. And then we could do this for another $109. Then we could do this for another $350. Do you think I said no to any of it? No, because I'm already there. Second sale is easy to sell, okay? Timing is vital, okay? I believe you've got to start this literally during the close, not the next day, not in the follow-up. During the close, you should be attempting. This is something you need to be able to practice, okay? I'm almost there. All right, number 9, the instant follow-up, okay? Most people don't even follow up. Average follow-up is 72 hours later. Likelihood of contacting a customer decreases 10 times between the 5 and 10 minutes. Okay, chances of increase 90% of contact within the first 10 minutes. So think about this from a prospect standpoint, from an unsold standpoint, and from the sold standpoint. So imagine you actually get the sale. What if you do the follow-up game before they even make it home? What if they're unsold and they leave your business and you follow up before they get home? What if they're on the phone, they book the appointment or don't book the appointment, doesn't matter. You already do the follow-up. How would I do the follow-up is, hey, Mrs. Smith, listen, I know you've been checking into our products and services, trying to make this appointment great, awesome. Hey, by the way, I just texted you a YouTube link of one of our coaches explaining to you exactly how we're going to do that in your business. Think about that. Matter of fact, one of the things you guys could hire us for and reach out to Cameron or Travis, there should be at least 9 things inside your business you know that people are calling you for, emailing you for, or texting you for, and you need to have professional video ready. Someone saying, hey, Mr. Johnson, listen, I know you called for our martial arts school because you want your son to have more confidence. Hey, here's the 4 things we do in our martial arts school to explain to you exactly how we develop confidence in your child. And that was a professional video. We've got a green screen right next to me. We can make it look whatever you need to. You could fly and do it here with us, or we could do it for you. Okay. But imagine if you have the 9 videos ready for the things that you know for sure. Like, why would someone call a car place to buy a car? Right? What problems are they solving? Why is somebody calling this company? What are they solving? Why would somebody use our meal prep company? What problem are they solving? Those should be ready to go. So when they're calling you or they emailed you, the follow-up happens while they're on the phone before they even close down the phone call. And you send them a professional video explaining exactly the problem and how you solve it, because you fact find on the, and you have it ready to go and it's canned in your phone. You're on the phone with them. Hey, Mr. Johnson, listen, I just text you a link real fast. Go ahead and watch that when you get off the call. That's how fast you got to be at the follow-up. What about the sold customer? What if the follow-up is a phone call, then an email, and then 3 days later, they get a package in the mail? Think about that follow-up, okay? All right. One more. Bam. Follow-up magic. Text. I'm sorry I broke up with you, but I miss you. I hate seeing you with her. I love you. That's a follow-up game right there. All right. Broke her heart and followed up. Okay. Text, call, email, mail, personal visit. I'm going to tell you right now, if you showed up to someone's house, hey, Mr. Johnson, listen, man, I just want to say congratulations for being our customer. Bam, you handshake. Okay. Hey, man, shake their hand, eye contact. Hey, listen, I'm excited you guys showed up, went through our products. You went through the fact finding with us. I'm excited for you guys. Hey, I know we didn't get you to become a customer. That's on us, but you still showed up at their house. Imagine you showed up at their house. Okay. Cameron was just in Florida last weekend because we told our client, hey, when you close this deal, we'll be there tomorrow. Literally, Cameron was there tomorrow. Okay. Think about that. That's a follow-up game right there. Okay. Text. This is the order you should go in. Text is speed, baby. Okay. Whoops. Oh, I'm almost there. One more. There we go. Number 10. So I told you 7. I'm giving you 10. Over promise, over deliver. So decision phenomena. The buyer decides to take action before he or she agrees to take action. The buyer decides to take action before he or she takes action. The buyer has reasons for closing that you aren't aware of. So listen, this is crazy to think about. We get in our head when we go to do stuff. When they show up or when they call you or when they text you or they email you, they've already made the decision. They already know if they're buying or not buying. Okay. When they are looking online for 6 months at houses or watches or cars, and then they finally email you or call you, they've already made the decision. They already know they're going to do it. It's in your hands. It's up to you to close it or drop the ball. Because if they say no to you, guess what they're doing? As soon as they leave you, they're going to the next person down the line, and someone's going to get that sell. So how good is your follow-up game? They've already made the decision. And by the way, if you read the second part here, it says the buyer has reasons for closing that you're not aware of. You might not know. Okay. Maybe they're buying that car because they're helping someone out and they don't want to talk about that. Right. Maybe they're buying this house because they had a death in the family. Right. And they're trying to consolidate their family together, trying to buy a bigger house and move everybody together. Maybe there's divorce going on. Maybe there's something going on in their family you don't know about. They're not going to tell you. They've already made their mind up. It's up to you to go close that deal. Okay. They're bringing their kid in for dance or martial arts or for gymnastics. They're not going to tell all their stuff going on with their kid. They're not going to come in. They're not walking in the door. And I've seen this happen a lot in the martial arts. They're not walking in the door saying, bro, my kid's got something wrong with him. He ain't focusing on school. And I don't know what's going on. They're going to be like, hey, look, my kid needs a little discipline. My kid needs a little focus. Right? They're not going to tell you the kid's been bullied. They're not going to typically come out and just tell you all the stuff. Okay. And when they do, a lot of times they're not telling you the depth behind them. They've already made the decision. If they show up, they're calling you, they're texting you, they've already gone through this whole cycle. They're already convinced. Now that's why you have to role play, be priced and ready to go. Okay. All right. So I know I'm talking fast. Whoops. We'll go back one. All right. Best practice. You should be able to advertise your sales process. I cannot preach and teach this enough. You should be able to put on display exactly how you take someone through your funnel. You should not be cautious or secretive. Okay. You should know how your funnel works from prospect, right, all the way down to client, right? How do you take that lead and bring them all the way to become an actual client with you? But you should be able to market and advertise that. I use this all the time. Is like, I'll see something advertised, marketed to get attention, and you know for a fact it's some BS. Okay. And like I say, coming from the space I came from, you see a martial arts ad, and I'll say discipline, respect, focus. That's all in their marketing. You go into the place and it's dirty. It smells bad. The instructor shows up 90 minutes late for work. How the hell is he supposed to teach my kid discipline when he has no accountability to himself and he won't even respect himself enough to show up early and stay late? And they teach discipline? What the hell's wrong with that program there? That's a hypocrite. Imagine me being that person when I say, hey guys, I'm going to teach you about business, but I'm not going to ever operate a business. Really? Like that makes no sense. You should be able to market and advertise out in public, get attention, and it's transparent. So if you tell people you're going to teach discipline and respect, but the staff is not doing it, you tell people you're going to help them have a better life. Now listen, you can't control the client, but you can control the narrative of you and the narrative of your team. That you can. Okay, so this is right here. Okay, and I put this on here. You know, martial arts teach courage and confidence, but they won't pick up the damn phone to make a phone call because they're scared. God, they're scared of the no. But you teach somebody how to defend themselves. You're going to be able to, someone, attackers coming, you're going to be able to tell them to back off. You're going to be able to hit that person and fight. No, if you can't pick up the phone, you're scared of that, right? You ain't no ninja, right? Like, so understand, you should be able to market and advertise to the world exactly your process and be true with that. All right. Sales truths that will never fail you. Make it transparent. Make your intention clear. Hard questions. I'm going to give you some examples of hard questions. One thing will never blow a deal. Okay, man, I literally, that guy last week, I was hard on him. I said, like, man, I'm with you 100%, but here's why you're going to go out of business. Here's why you're going to get beat. Okay. And I was just, I mean, I was straight across the face with it. Okay. It didn't blow, it actually closed the deal. Right. Always agree with the buyer. Buyer makes the decision before you do. Show and write a proposal to every customer. Always use a third-party touch. Like, you guys got to get over this price thing. Price is a myth. Like, just start adding a zero. You charge $100 for your service, make it $1,000. Your skill might have to improve. Your customer might have to improve, but it's a myth. Oh man, people can't afford $100. They can't afford $1,000. They can't afford $10,000. Okay, let's go in the world and watch what people spend money on. They spend money on all kinds of stuff. Okay. And that last one, I'm telling you, master. I'm going to tell you, if you're going to role play anything, when you get off this call, you should be figuring out how to get the second sell while you're in the first sell, not when they get home, while you're in the sell. Okay. All right. I'm going to go through those one more time. These are important. Transparent. If you market, you teach discipline, you better have your people dressed right, speak right, clear with your intention, hard questions, How hard can you get? Okay. Can't blow a deal one time with one thing. Get over your mindset that if you eat the one M&M during that diet, it's going to blow it up. Okay. Always agree with the buyer. They've already made their decision. Write the proposal for everybody. Third-party touch. Think about the third-party touch not just being your manager. Okay, it could be a sold customer that comes in and gives you that lift. Price is a myth, and second sale is easier than the first. Okay, hard questions. Hey, Cameron, who besides yourself is involved with making this decision? Is there anyone else? Hey, would you like to include anyone else in helping you make this decision? Don't say, who's the decision maker? Okay, because we already know that's Emma. Hey, by the way, when's the last time you invested $50,000 in a watch? Oh, never? Okay, it's a great question to ask. Hey, why are you considering buying this watch now? Okay, why are you considering buying it? Why now? That's important, okay? Man, how can you make sense of the size of this investment? That's a key word. Anything in education or service space, it's an investment. It's not an expenditure, it's an investment. My business owners, when's the last time you made a $50,000 investment in your business, $100,000 investment in your business? How'd you make sense of that? Okay, like these are questions like you've got to ask yourself even too, all right? Is there any reason you would change your mind? Remember I told you the guy the other day, $2 million business. We laid a $10 million plan out. I said, hey, why would you not do this? Oh, of course I wouldn't. Oh, I'm going to do it. No. What's going to stop you? What's going to be the pushback? Nothing. Okay. How many people do you need to get $10 million? Do you have enough wherewithal to find those people? Do you know where they're at? What do you have to do? You got to go deep with these questions. Because if he gets the $10 million, I can show him the $3 million profit. That could be a motivator, but it's going to be so damn hard. He's going to break on the process if he doesn't know what the things are going to stop him from getting there. Okay. How liquid are you this time? That's an important question on big ticket items. If I'm selling a $50 product, I'm probably not asking a $200 watch. I'm probably not asking somebody, hey, how much money you got? But I'm selling a house. I'm selling a commercial building. Okay. I'm selling somebody a business. That's what the guy asked me the other day. He's like, hey man, how liquid? He literally asked me, how liquid are you? I was like, liquid, man. I drink some water today. I'm good. Okay. I haven't peed yet. I'm about to be illiquid here in a minute. Okay. He asked me exactly that question. Bam. How liquid are you? Why is that? Because he knew exactly how to pitch me which option it was to go down the rabbit hole of if I'm going to buy this business. Okay. And he's probably not listening to what I said. He's probably listening to how I said it. You guys got to get over the money thing. Okay. And then why didn't you buy our service or our product? All right. Be so persistent in the follow-up that you stand out as the only option. I think the call the other day, maybe we talked about like the pizza, the chocolate foot. Who was on the call Friday? Okay. And only a few people. You guys should be on this call on Fridays. Every Friday, it's a free call if you're a client of ours. Okay. A little bonus call every Friday morning. Okay. Early 9 o'clock in the morning, 9:15. But be so persistent. What would you be willing to do? Would you show up at their house? Would you send them flowers? Would you send them some bourbon? Do you know what they like? What's their love language? Send them some Jordans. Okay. How persistent would you be to close that deal? You don't just need the money. You need the confidence. You need the courage. You need the creativity. Imagine Cameron's trying to close the deal for $100,000 and he sends somebody a $2,000 product experience, whatever. Okay. Right now, I'm looking for people to have an experience with me. I need someone who wants to go to Europe with me this year. Okay. Right. I've got an event I'm already going to, an experience I'm already going to that you guys would love to be part of it. Okay. First of all, you should be going to Barcelona with us in a few weeks, but whoever wants to go in Europe in the fall for some fun and some hanging out with me, literally one-on-one for an experience, something that's going to be amazing. I'm not even going to tell you what it is. Okay. But you guys should be looking for opportunities that if you've got something on the hook that you can gift somebody something crazy. When we do a grand opening here, Cameron's like, let's do some giveaways, like raffles, whatever. It's like, hey, what do you want to give? What did I say? Shit, I was like, let's give away a cruise. He's like, t-shirts. I'm like, no, let's give somebody a 7-day all expenses cruise. Let's give away somebody a vacation. That sounds a little more exciting than a t-shirt. Okay, who wants to go to Europe with Aaron? I want to be able to give that to somebody. If I got somebody that I'm trying to get $250,000, $300,000, $400,000 for on a deal, would I not give them a $15,000 experience? Because even if I get a no, it won't be a no just for a moment. It'll be for not now. That's it. It will happen. Okay, because they won't be able. They're going to feel obligated. So $100, maybe I'm not trying to go above and beyond, but $100,000, $10,000, $5,000. By the way, the $100 does convert to the 100,000 down the road if you have the right funnel to get them there. Okay. You got to believe in what you're doing too. All right. We're going to do some role playing here. I'm going to pause right here. Actually, I got one more, I think, then we'll pause. The ability to make invisible progress sold fully on the mission will be the difference maker for success. 120 days of consistent action before progress shows. So in everything in life, I put some examples: weight loss, financial investments, relationships, faith. Man, 120 days. Imagine this. Do some math for me. $100. You want to separate yourself from the industry of anybody else? Here's what you do. $100 per day for 100 days. How much money is that? I already know the answer. I was asking him. It's $10,000. Do you not believe in 100 days you're going to invest $10,000 in your company? So imagine you took one vehicle, one medium. Let's say you're going to do Instagram ads, and you know your market. You know you've got the right target, and every single day you blast $100 for 100 straight days. That consistency, you won't do it because on the 14th day in a row you get no traction, nothing coming back to you. You're like, man, that's $1,400. Cut it. But if I was trying to lose 50 pounds and 14 days in, I've only lost 3 pounds, like, screw it, no, I'll give up. That's why people already are not at the gym on February 5th, 4th today, right? 4th or 5th, what's today? The 4th. Ain't nobody there anymore. They gave up on January 4th because they didn't see it in 4 days. 120 before you start seeing progress. That's it. Okay. When you guys were on break a minute ago or role playing a minute ago, like I wasn't on break. I was over there solving problems with the company we're launching right now. I had to like lay some hammer down a little bit. Okay. All right. So if you're going to lose weight, if you're going to grow your money, if you're going to grow your relationship, if you're going to grow your faith, you can't do it one day, one time. Consistent action showing up. So the ability to make invisible progress on the sales game, on your role playing, you're going to have to show up every day for 120 days before you even feel like you're getting better. So tomorrow you're going to lose a deal because you're not ready. You're going to be all excited. Tuesday, you're going to suck. Wednesday, you're going to suck. But suck for 120 days. Okay. Cameron's great at that. It's awesome. Hoorah. Okay. Do it consistently. That's how you become great. All right. That's how you can become the greatest. And then don't stop the consistency. It's once you got momentum, you better keep it. Okay. Keep it. All right. I think we have a pause here if I do this right. Look at that. God dang, some good looking people here. I think I'm wearing a different color there. There's that watch right there. Look at that. All right. That's right next door to where we are right now. So here's what I want to do right now. We're going to break in some rooms. I'm going to give you guys 25 minutes for our last role play. And I've been listening to what's going on. I think y'all going to switch rooms or switch people. Okay. So we did the agreeance. Okay. We overcome complaints. So now what we're going to do is, and I think everybody got a shot at that, right? We miss anybody in your team over there? Everybody went through it? Okay. So now what I want you guys to do is I want you to be able to show some creativity right now. Okay. We're going to role play that you're in the close. You got the yes. And then, so you're going to have to tell us the product of what you close us on. And then I want you to pitch us the next sell. So that's one thing I want you to be able to go right into the next opportunity, the second sell while you're there. Okay. Then what I want us to do is I want us to role play or bounce the ideas around about creative ideas that you know that you're going to commit to. Either you're doing now, you're either doing it now, you want to do it, but you haven't done it because you don't know how to do it. On what the follow-up game is for the unsold and for the sold. The unsold people what are you going to do the follow-up with? The unsold. And then pop quiz, when do you do this? And when's the follow-up start? Okay. So I'm going to start this again. You're going to role play that you've got the close. We said yes. We're signing the deal. We're paying the money. You got to tell us the product and then get us to the second sell. We want to role play that right there with you. Okay. So you sign somebody up on your $5,000 program that's going to take them for 24 months. And now I want you to pitch them whatever the next thing is. It's an add-on, it's a stack on, it's an upgrade, whatever it is. You can take the 5,000, turn it to 10,000 if you do this right, or it's 5,000 to 6,000 or 5,000 to a no, we're good at the 5, but you at least attempted it because you plant the seed because you're going to get it down the road. Okay, remember, no is not no forever, it's no, it's not now. Okay, and then next, pitch us, role play with us, bounce the ideas back and forth. You got a network right here on the things that you are doing for follow-up for unsold and sold, and what you want to do that you haven't done. And then I want you to be able to create a think tank right now on the role play opportunities on what you can do to be better committed on the role play. Okay, 25 minutes. Let's rock and roll. We'll see you guys here in a few minutes. All right, guys.
There we go. All right. Can everybody hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, guys. So what we're going to start with is just like you said, we're going to start off. You're already in the close. You've gotten the yes now. So congratulations. You've gotten that first sale done. Now you're transitioning to the second sale. So you should already have that next product or service or stack on ready to be able to present. So before we even get into that, does everybody already have a second sale that you can offer up when you get into the close and you get that yes? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Which one is it? Does everybody already have that second sale opportunity? Thumbs up, 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 up. Beautiful. All right. So here's how we're going to do it. Instead of you guys role playing with me on this one, you guys are going to be role playing this with each other. Okay. So here's how you flunk. It's the ums, uhs, and the pauses, right? Not being ready to immediately handle that objection if you get one. Not asking the right questions, right? Have you seen enough to make a decision? They tell you yes, you're ready to move forward. Great. Now you're ready to offer up the next one. So we're going to start with Miss Crystal first. You're going to be our salesperson. And then Miss Colby, you're going to be the buyer. All right. So you've got her in the close. You're going to ask her the question, hey, have you seen enough to make a decision on this whatever product? Give us whatever the price point is for the product, just so we're all in agreement and we know what it is you're offering. Colby's going to give you the yes, and then you're going to ask the would you consider, and then you're going to go into the next part, the second sale.
Okay, thank you, Miss Colby. I was just okay, so have you seen enough to make a decision?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, awesome. So we're looking at 12 months of black belt training for $38.95. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Would you consider stepping into this 36-month program for your child? It is a little bit less money in the long run, and it really kind of locks them into the whole commitment of testing for black belt.
What are some more benefits besides just locking in that lower price for the 36 for 12 months?
I understand. Yeah, absolutely. So when you commit to that 36-month of training, it actually gets you almost to the very end and really close to the black belt test itself. So the commitment is kind of there, and the long-term goal is there as opposed to the shorter-term goals. Because at the end of a year, he's only going to be at a purple belt versus looking at red 1. And then they've got black belt in their sights, if that makes sense.
Now, here's where I'm going to pause you in time. So what I want everybody to know, something Crystal did a great job of is this. She has not given the price on the 36-month program yet. Did anybody notice that? She didn't give the price information for the 36-month yet, because what does she have to do first? She's got to make sure they're actually sold on that before she offers a price. This is where a lot of people make a mistake. They offer the price too prematurely. You don't make sure they're actually sold on the product before you're already throwing a price tag in front of them. So you've got to make sure it's actually a service or a product that they see value in and they're actually interested and bought in. You've got to get the actual buy-in before you get the buy-in. Does that make sense? Okay, you've got to get the buy-in before you get the buy-in. So I like that you didn't offer the price when you talked about the next commitment level. You did say it'll save you more money, right, in the long run. You did mention that, but you didn't tell her how much. You didn't tell her what the price point was going to be or anything like that. So I like that you did that. Here's what I would do a little bit differently and tweak. So you got her on the 12-month. You locked it in. Hey, this is what you want to do, right? Great. Hey, Miss Colby, let me also ask you this, by the way. Since you guys are already moving forward with us in black belt training, have you thought about what it's going to be like when your child gets that black belt? No, I haven't thought about it. Okay, great. You guys joined for confidence. I know we've already talked about that. Where do you see his confidence in the next 3 years? I know you guys committed for a year, but where do you see his confidence in the next 3 years?
I guess I really hope that he is able to, be more self-assured, become a leader, inside of the martial arts program and outside in school, and really become a leader in the community.
I'm with you. I love that. And look, I know you guys have already decided to start with us in our black belt training program for 12 months. Do you believe that we're going to be the right fit to help him achieve that?
I do. Everything that I've seen so far, with your program really leads to you guys working towards building that confidence from an early age all the way through your program. So I'm really confident in you guys being able to help my son out.
I love that. well, hey, I know you guys are already committing to 12 months with us. Would you consider moving to a 36-month version of the program that'll actually give him more training, more time with us to help him increase his confidence, his discipline, his focus? He gets more time with our instructors. Would you be interested in information on moving into a 36-month program since you're already going to be working with us anyway?
Sure, yeah, I would love that. I'd like more information on that.
Now I started explaining, like, I don't have to re-explain the program anymore because she already knows the program. Now it's just a matter of, hey, would you just consider, you're already committing to it anyway. Would you just commit to a longer term? And what's the worst you can tell me? Hey, no, we want to stick with 12 months. That's all we want to do. Hey, great. I just wanted to give you the option, right? That's all I want to do is just give you the option, give you the opportunity to be able to commit for a longer term if that was something you're interested in. But hey, we can definitely still do the 12 months at the $38.95 and get you guys all locked in. Hey, here's the pin. Let's roll. And you get her to sign up on it.
So you're kind of going back to the why and then just vision setting that 36 months at why as opposed to 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because in reality, like, especially in the field that you guys have, like, the hard part is, there's a commitment to it, right? Like, most of you guys, except for Brandon here, and Brandon was in martial arts, like, he knows what this is. The hard thing is when I offer somebody a 12-month version of something like black belt training, I've already taken away the vision and the mindset of them becoming a black belt, because ain't nobody getting a black belt in 12 months, a real black belt anyway. They're not getting it in 12 months. Okay, they can go buy a black belt off Amazon and probably get it in 12 days, but that's probably the best you're going to do, right? So when I offer somebody a 12-month black belt training off the bat, like, I've already taken away the value of them moving and actually becoming a black belt. That's just my take on it personally, because it's something that I've actually gone through. Like, I don't see anybody getting the black belt in 12 months. And the whole purpose of the program is to what? Get them to black belt. The only reason we ever offer a decreased version of it, and as far as the length goes, is if we already face that commitment issue. And we're like, all right, well, this is a way for you to just kind of dip your toe into the water. However, after this, I make sure that they know that after they do this, they have to move into the black belt training program, like full 36 months. So I let them know, hey, you can do this, but once you do it, you have to move into black belt training full time, like full 36-month program. You don't get another discounted version of it.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense, everybody? So that's what I would do on that a little bit different, is I would sell them the vision of going longer term, and then, hey, you guys are already committed anyway. What's another 24 months on top of it? I mean, that time's going to go by like that. Let's just go ahead and do it. Save you more money, save you more time too, because you're already committing to it, and we just continue to move forward. I would kind of make it that way. All right, let's flip it to Luke. And then Luke, you're going to be my sales guy, and Daniel, you're going to be my buyer. Daniel's going to be my buyer. So same thing. You've already got him in the close. You're going to lock him down, ask the question. If you see enough to make a decision, he's going to say yes, recap the decision just so we all know what product he's on. And then you're going to offer up that second sale opportunity.
All right. So Daniel, have you seen enough to make a decision?
Yes, I have.
Awesome. So we're doing 36 months premier training at $7,000. Sound
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So since you've made the commitment to premier training, we do offer to select people in our program the opportunity to join Team Premier. That's something you sound interested in.
What does Team Premier hold?
Awesome. So it is our performance competition and demonstration team. Includes performing and competing with weapons, empty hand forms, sparring, and going out into the public, performing for people that have no idea what martial arts is about, and also performing for our members at graduations. And your son, I think, would be awesome on this team. That's why I'm offering this to you today.
Okay, interesting. Does this also have where he goes to tournaments to compete as well, or is this more just in public type deal, like showing for events and stuff?
So being part of the team, we do want people to go to a minimum of 5 tournaments a year. So yes, it does include that.
Okay, very nice.
Yes, does going to tournaments actually interest you?
Yes, my son's very competitive, and he likes getting that competitive itch, or he has that competitive itch all the time. So just looking for somewhere in martial arts where he can release that.
Awesome.
How
So,
much is it, baby? Come on.
Yeah.
Like you're holding out on me. I'm sitting here waiting. I'm like, tell me the price, damn it.
$1,000.
There we go. There we go. All right. So a couple things here. A couple things. Number one, guys, remember, write this down. The person who gets the answers to their questions controls the conversation, right? So Luke started in control and then he gave up control to Daniel because Daniel started asking questions. Well, what is it? How much is it? What is this? What is that? Does that mean they get to do this? And now Luke's having to respond back. He's on defense now, having to respond back to every question. So he allowed Daniel to take control of that conversation, right? So that's one thing we got to make sure. Let me see. Somebody just let me add this person. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. There we go. So one is you gave up the control to Daniel for the conversation. So I would keep control of it. Second is this. I lost my note. All right. But that's kind of the biggest thing there was making sure that you don't give up the control of the conversation to someone else. And then also too, guys, when you do the second sale, you should make it something that's a quick and easy add-on, right? So in your case, you did it with your competition team, your sports team. That one can be a little bit longer of a conversation, longer of a sale, because there's a lot of extra commitment that goes into it and everything too. Like you got to think the commitment level of something like that is definitely a lot higher. So if you have the right person for that, yeah, sure. But in reality, that just makes the conversation go a lot longer. And then what happens is now they're sitting there, now they're rethinking everything, right? I'm trying to give them something quick and easy to the point. So something I would do a little differently in that one is I would offer maybe an opportunity like a private lesson package, for example. Doesn't need to be every week, but maybe it gives them a lesson one time a month, right? With the instructor. So one time a month over 12 months, that's a $1,200 package. That's pretty good, right? You're already going to pay me $7K. What's another $1,200 on top of that? Now I get 82, right? So instead, I would be like, hey, Daniel, thanks for moving forward with our Premier Training Program. Excited to have Johnny to be a part of it. Look, I already know what your goals are. I know what you guys are chasing after. I know one day he wants to be on our competition team. So let me ask you this. Since you guys are already moving into Premier Training anyway, would you be interested in another opportunity to actually get him extra training so when he's ready to be a part of Team Premier, he's already got a foundation set? Would that be something you're interested in more information on? Daniel, are you there? Are you alive, bro?
Yes. Sorry.
Perfect. Well, hey, here's what I've got for you, man. On top of you guys doing Premier Training, I can actually get you one private lesson a month with our instructor. It's a one-on-one 30-minute lesson, but you're going to have an hour block of time for Johnny to be able to come in and work on the skill sets that he's going to need, not just for Premier Training, but to be able to be a part of our competition team one day. So that's going to be dedicated time just for him, nobody else on the floor, one time a month to prepare him for his competition team tryouts. Is that something you think would be a great benefit for him?
Yeah, I think that would help him a lot.
Perfect. I love it. So here's the thing. On average, lessons range $100 per lesson. If we do that over the course of the next year, that's $1,200 you're looking at. If you just go ahead and do it today and stack it on with you guys moving to Premier Training, I can take an additional $200 off that. So it's only $1,000 extra. So instead of $7, it's $8, but you get those lessons included with it as well. How's that sound?
Sounds pretty good.
Perfect. Let's go ahead and rock and roll. And then you sign it up, write it up, and you make that happen. And there's only one extra lesson a month. That's it. Not every week. Like that's a higher commitment. It's one extra lesson a month. It's an easy add-on. So when you guys are thinking about those add-ons that you do, think about how easy you can make it for somebody to just say yes. Like notice how many times I got him to say yes, yes, yes. So now when I actually offer it and give him the price, what is he ready to say? Yes. Okay. Good job. Good job. All right. B, Randon, BTCAAMS. Did I get it all? Did I get the full acronym?
Yeah.
All right. So Brandon, you're going to role play on Aaron for me. Aaron, go ahead and unmute yourself. Brandon, obviously you're the salesperson. You're the solopreneur, entrepreneur, the man himself. You're going to lock in Aaron here on a product or a service. Make sure we know the price point. Make sure we know all the information. And then from there, you're going to give him a second sale opportunity. Ready to rock?
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Action.
I saw your text regarding the last
You've already
Nah,
sold them,
yeah.
bro. You've already sold them. You're right.
You
You're,
already
you're,
sold
you're
them.
literally writing them up. You got the special rise pin right now, and you're already writing them up for $100,000 of media services. That's what you're doing right now.
So I would like to propose to you 3 promotional videos and 3 informative reels. I feel that your business can get more value out of the content with informative content and also promotional content by us promoting your product and service.
Brandon, repeat after me. Ask Aaron this. Have you seen enough to make a decision? Say that.
Have you seen enough to make a decision?
I have, yes.
Great. So I've got you for a 3-month media package for $5,000. Is that correct? Say that.
Yes.
No, shush. Brandon, say that.
So you said
3 months, 5K.
3 months, 5K.
He said
Yep.
yes. There we go. He said yes. All right, great. Since I have you on that, here's what I'd also like to add. Part of my company is we handle your social media for you as well, and we can offer that to you for an add-on service. For 3 months, you're typically looking at an additional $5,000 to be able to do that. However, if you want to go ahead and add that on, since we'll be creating your content anyway, we can go ahead and post it up for you. And it's only going to cost you another investment of $2,000. So instead of 5, you owe me 7, and we're going to handle all your social media for you as well. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Does that make sense? So be quick and to the point, like simple and direct, right? Like everybody needs to be good about this. Take out the fluff. Take out all the fluff. Just get right to the point. Especially as you start dealing with higher level buyers, like take the fluff out of it because it's just going to piss them off. Just be very direct and to the point. They already know you're trying to sell them. They already know that they're trying to buy a product. Like, so you don't need to go back and try to like resell it and like all this and make it sound all fancy and nice and tidied up and da-da-da-da-da. Just get to it. They've already said yes to the product. They're not backing out. All right, hey, look, dude, you're already going to work with me for 3 months for $5,000. I'm going to create content for you. Let me just go ahead and post it for you as well and save you some extra time. I'll handle all your social media posting for you. Normally, I charge an additional $5,000 for that. However, you just go ahead and do it today. It's only $2,000 for you. You only owe me $7K, and I'll create the content and I'll get it posted up for you. So now you don't have to worry about any of that, and you can go focus on building the business the way you should be. You just sell them on it. Worst he can say is what? No. Great. I got you for your $5,000 for me creating content. Here's the pin. Let's roll. Like, it's that easy. But now, going back to what Aaron said, guys, what have I already done now? I've planted the seed. Now he knows it's an option. Same thing in Luke's scenario. He offers the private lesson up. Now I know it's an option. Even though I'm not saying yes right now, it's not a no, it's a not now. I've planted the seed for it to happen in the future. That's what you guys are doing. Brandy. Are you ready?
Hey, sorry, I lost connection and I got booted out.
No, you're all good. You're all good. No screaming kids in the background this time, right?
She's still back here screaming. She's gaming. She can't hear me, so she's
Gotcha.
just.
Gotcha. All right, here we go. Brandy, I'm going to have you role play this with... Who don't want to pick on? I'm going to go back to Crystal. I'm going to pick back on Crystal again. All right, Brandy, you're going to be my salesperson. Crystal's going to be the buyer. Brandy, the way this drill works is you're already in the close. Crystal's already made the decision. She's going to sign up for the program, so that's a done deal. Okay. So you're going to lock that in, and then you're going to offer her a second sale. So for what you guys are doing there, what would be a good second sale for her? Let's say she's new, coming in. You just sign her up on, let's say, basic training. What would be a good second sale opportunity for you guys?
Maybe I noticed that she has a little one with her. I'd ask maybe how old.
Done. Roll with it. Yeah. Let's go.
All right. Hi, Crystal. I know that we've got your oldest here signed up for a basic 6-month package, but I noticed that you're also holding on to a little one there. How old is your little one?
She's 4.
She's 4. Oh, awesome. Actually, we also have a Tiny Champs class that is perfect for our 3 and 4-year-olds. I'd be willing to, is that something that, have you thought about martial arts for your little one?
I hadn't. I thought she was too young. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, no problem. We have actually several class options for our 3 and 4-year-olds. Is that something that you might be interested in looking at today?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, perfect. Well, I have a couple of different dates of options, but we could easily pair that with you since you're already a customer for your oldest. Let's go ahead and schedule your youngest to come on.
Good. Now, I already see where this is about to go. You're going to schedule her to come back and try a class, and then you're going to try to sign them up there? No. Close them
No.
right now. Close them right freaking now. You already got them there. Stop. Don't push it off. All right? Don't create the stall for them. Got it? You want to get it right then and there. And this for everybody too is like, even when you guys role play the way you would want to do it in front of the customer as well. So like right now, Brandy, you're very like calm and like relaxed and like the cadence of your voice is more like this and it's just soothing. Like I want you to be like pumped up. Hey, Miss Crystal, look, first off, thanks for signing up Johnny into the program. I'm excited to get to work with them. Hey, I see you got your 4-year-old there. I want to go ahead and get your 4-year-old started as well. And then they can do this together because martial arts is more fun when you're doing it together as a family. Shoot, I might as well go ahead and get you in on it as well. So here's what I like to do, Miss Crystal. Since we already got Johnny signed up, I can add on your 4-year-old and I can add on you. If you go ahead and just add yourself onto a membership, I'll give you your 4-year-old for free. And now you guys are doing this as a family. What would it take to make that happen? Miss Crystal? I know you're so in shock right now. I know you're so amazed that I even offered this to you. I know, I get it. I have that effect sometimes.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. And then you just go right for it. Like, can you guys like feel my excitement level when I say that, right? Like, hey, I want your family to be a part of this. I want all of you guys doing this with us. Hey, Miss Crystal, we're on a mission right now. We're trying to impact over 200 members in our school by December 31st. My personal goal is I got to hit it by June 30th. So let's go ahead and get you and your 4-year-old sign up as well. If you go ahead and commit to training just like your son, I'll give you your 4-year-old for free. Now the whole family's doing it together. And look, you'll have some that'll say, "Oh yeah, let's do it," but most of them are going to be like, "What? Oh no, I'm not sure." And now, guess what? You're back to handling objections. It's a cycle, guys. It's a cycle. So if you understand how the cycle works, it's easier to predict, which means you can actually get better results. That's the game. Sales is a game, guys. It is a game. And it's just a matter of who can play the game better. Sell or be sold. All right. Like it's seriously who can play the game better. And it's not manipulation. Like, do I truly I did martial arts. I believe that if a family trains together, I know for a fact, and I've got proven results to show that if a family trains together, they actually connect and bond better as a family. The whole family actually performs better. They actually stay committed and they stay in the program longer, which helps them reap the benefits that they were looking for in the first place better. Like I know it for a fact. So I'm not trying to manipulate her into anything. I just know that if she does this, I guarantee you it's going to actually be a better result for him. I know it. So why would I not offer it? If I knew it was actually going to be better for him, why would I not offer it? Yeah. Like that's being selfish. Like if I knew it would actually benefit him, of course I'm going to give them the option. Of course I'm going to do it. No question about it. But you guys have to be that sold on your product and your service. So if you don't believe it with that level of conviction, there's something you're not sold on. And that's an issue that we got to figure out. So everybody should already know what their second sale is going to be in their business. Like you should already have it ready. So that way, you know, as soon as you get that closed, boom, you're ready to offer it. And you got to make sure everybody on your team is prepared to be able to do that. Everybody. And you should know which second sales go to which product. So like we use with Luke's example, boom, they got premier training. I know they want to be a part of the competition team. Boom, I'm going to offer them one private lesson a month. for an additional $1,000 if they just go ahead and do it right now. Hey, Brandy's got somebody coming in. She's going to sign up the kid. She's going to ask, even if there's not another sibling there in the building, she's just going to go ahead and try to get mom to sign up. She's going to go ahead and try to get dad to sign up. Hey, while you guys are already doing this, let's just go ahead and get you guys included on this as well. Can give you guys an additional 20% off your membership. You just go ahead and commit and do it today, and you guys train together as a family. Like, you just go for it immediately. Brandon, same thing with yours. Somebody commits to a media package with you, boom, you're going to go ahead and handle their social media for them if they just go ahead and commit right now. You know how many business owners would love that? That I talk to, they say, oh yeah, like, I wish I could just pay somebody to handle my social media for me, so that way I don't have to think about it. Like, it's that simple, guys. It's that simple. So questions on how that works with the second sale? Questions on how that works? Pretty clear, right? Yes, ma'am. Miss Crystal, what you got for me?
So like when I did mine with Colby in the beginning, I really should stick with something that's a smaller percentage of what I've already pitched as opposed to pulling her sale.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Going from that 18 to that 36, or that 12 to 36. Yeah, that was a big jump. So,
So more like an inclusive,
I would,
like all inclusive, like throw in parents.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would do more of like an all inclusive type deal.
Okay.
So hey, since you guys are already doing it anyway, hey, let's go ahead and save you a little bit of extra money. You're gonna have your belt graduations and testings, parents' night outs, equipment, birthday party, like all this stuff. I can go ahead and combine that into a package for you. So you just pay XYZ or additional $700, $900, whatever it comes out to be. We can just go ahead and make it an all-inclusive package for you and just make it easier. Save you the time and the money. You're going to do it anyway. You're going to train anyway. So why not? So that would definitely be a great second sale opportunity for you guys to do like an all-inclusive type thing there. Highly recommend. Any other questions on that, guys, before we keep going? Yep. Colby, what you got for me?
So when Luke was doing his and you said that he lost control of the sale, or the questions and everything, how would you pivot back to make it so you have control again? Like,
I would
for
ask
his
another
example-
question that gets me an answer, and then I would continue the cycle from there. So obviously, like we already talked about, like going from Premier training Team Premier probably wasn't the best transition there, right? So that's where it kind of created that problem. So that's where you got to make sure the second sale that you actually offer is something that's you want it to be easy for them to say yes. Okay. That's the thing, is with the second sale, guys, you need to make it something where it's just easy for them to say yes to. Because if it's too complicated, now you're basically just diving right back into the whole sales cycle all over again. Yeah. Like, notice, like the examples I gave you guys that I role played with each of you, like you didn't even ask me a question. I just told you what it was, asked you if you're ready to move forward. You're like, yeah, let's do it. That's how quick you want it to be. Because again, the longer the process takes now, we get back into it, the process starts taking longer. Now, guess what? Now you've got them thinking again. Now they're going, well, now that they say this, now they say that, maybe it's not the right decision. Maybe we should wait. But now you're going to start creating your own issues. So we got 2 minutes left, guys. Let's take some time, role play through the creative ideas for follow-up for sold and for unsold customers. So some creative ideas that you guys have used. Obviously, everybody's got let me send this message out really fast, guys. Sorry about that. So obviously, everybody's got a cell phone, right? So we all probably do the same thing every time. We phone call, we text, we email, right? But how many different ways can you actually make touch points with the customer? And you don't want to do it in a way to where it creates deal fatigue. You guys know what I mean by when I say that, right? Every time you hit them up, hey, are you ready to do the deal? Hey, are you ready to do the deal? Hey, are you ready to do the deal? You got to get creative with your follow-up, and all you're trying to do is just stay in the conversation, stay top of mind. So Aaron gave you guys some examples of the personal visits, right? That's one of the most powerful. It's also the most expensive because it takes a lot more time. You've got the gifts that you can send, personalized gifts. You've got the selfie video. I love that one. That's my favorite one to use. You've got the third-party touch. I like sending, I don't know if they're called GIFs or GIFs, whichever one it is. GIFs. I'm going to say GIF. Is that what it is?
I have no idea.
You don't know. But I like sending GIFs, especially when somebody doesn't respond to me and I know they're ghosting me. I mean, this has to match your personality, so this doesn't work for everybody. But I'll send a GIF sometimes. I use the one from Frozen where they're doing, "Do you want to build a snowman?" I've got the little girl like knocking on the door saying, "Are you there?" Like when I know they're not responding and I know they're purposely trying to avoid me, I'll send them that. You'd be surprised, especially when I did this in martial arts, be surprised how many people would respond back just because they got that GIF. I'm like, "Oh, great, you're alive. Love it." I think I sent one to Luke or Andrew one time of me like laying in the parking lot, like passed out on the parking lot because they didn't respond to me about upgrading to a VIP at our conference last year. So I like sent them a picture of me like dead in the parking lot.
I like postcards.
Yeah.
Especially if they don't sign up, like I send them a thank you postcard if they don't sign up for their time and whatever. And I have actually signed people up just on the postcard after.
Exactly, right? Postcards, handwritten notes, like all of those do great. So that's where I would challenge you guys to get very creative when it comes to follow-up. It's not just your same average call, text, email. Like there's so many different ways you can do it, but you're only limited to your creativity. So I would brainstorm some really creative ways for you guys to get back in touch with the customer. All right. So here's what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna switch back to the main room and close it out from there. So I'll see you guys there.
Whoops.
Yep, gotta turn on your camera. Yeah.
I don't know if it's.
Damn, Nick, you just leave us like that.
Notification comes up, I jam it on my phone. I was trying to get it off.
One second.
I was doing something.
Can't hear you.
All right, can we hear me? Test 1, 2, 3. I've been talking so much. Everybody got me? Hey, Sarah, how you doing? I'll see you next week in Vegas for the Super Bowl. All right, so I've been talking so much, guys, that apparently I burned out my microphone, so I bought 4 of them. I got 2 more coming. Okay, overpromise, over deliver. We're supposed to be done at 5 o'clock. It's 5:30. You guys are tired, and hopefully we're at a key break. Okay. All right, so make a note of that. All right, so here we go, guys. Listen, just real fast, I'm gonna wrap up some things. 1, let's make a commitment that you are going to dominate yourself. You're going to discipline yourself. Discipline is the key ingredient. Discipline is the key ingredient for success in life. I'm here on a Sunday. My daughter and her friend are here playing for hours. They've been here since 8 o'clock this morning. Right? Over promise, over deliver. If I'm building something, I got to be willing to show up. Okay. Look, not all my team members, not all my employees are on this call, but all invited. Like, not everyone's trying to get better. Some people just want a paycheck and they want to go home and that's it. Listen, that's okay. It takes all of us to make the world go around. But you are on this because either you want more, you're being forced to want more, all right? But sometimes you do need to be forced to that things until one day it grabs a hold of you. Consistent action over and over again. Discipline, consistent discipline will win the game of life always, okay? So before we go real quick, wrap up, don't just listen to the information and get an education and not go into execution. You have to practice, you have to role play, you have to improve every single day. You should have make a commitment that you're not going to be the same man or woman tomorrow morning or even tonight. Okay. By the way, I'm not done. I got 4 to 5 more hours tonight. We had some issues with our delivery service going on. I was just having a meeting with my main guy a minute ago saying, hey, what can our business do better next week when we do this again? Okay, what do we need? Here's what I did. I said, hey, give me the 3 things. What we did great, what we need to improve on in the future, what we got to improve on next week. Right? And we're going to document, we're going to do that. We're going to film our staff meetings right after this. The day's not over. When everyone else is celebrating or relaxing or chilling, whatever they're doing, they're entertaining themselves because they don't have a purpose and a mission. You're getting better. And what's going to happen is they're going to ridicule you. They're going to pick on you. They're going to make fun of you until one day they're going to ask you, what are you doing? What's different about you? Okay. So make a commitment to be great at what you do, be the best that's ever happened. Next, understand everything in life is a commission. It's a sell. And you've got to influence and convince people. Okay. But the first person is yourself. So if you're trying to be a better person, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you got to keep reselling yourself. So you made a commitment. You made a commitment. You showed up. Now, please go into the world and actually execute. Pick one thing and become great at it. All right. Stack your calendar. If you looked at your calendar, your phone, if you don't have things pulling you forward, the reason why people can get their body all in shape because they're going on vacation to the beach is because they have something pulling them forward. They get to the beach, they take their pictures, they have a great time, and they go back to being a slob the next week until the next year they want to go to the beach again. And eventually, you're just too damn old to keep doing that. You need more than just the vacation. You got to have purpose. Purpose. Next month, guys, we're gonna have a free call and the paid call. The deep dives are designed for the hardcore enthusiasts. I need to double the amount of people every time we have a call. If you got one good thing from today, I want you to take that great nugget, tell not me, not Travis, not Cameron, go to whatever platform in the real world that we use for now a soap opera box, right? Soapbox, not soap opera, but it is a soap opera sometimes, right? Whether it's TikTok or YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is, I want you to go tell the world by making a commitment, what you learned and how you're going to execute. And then share what you've learned with others. That's what you're doing. Share what you learned with others. That's exponentially growing our influence. I need your help doing that. Okay. I need your help doing that. So go tell the world. I don't need you bragging about, hey, I learned this from Aaron. I don't care who you tell. Who you learned it from. I want you to go tell the world that you got better on a Sunday while they're watching the damn Pro Bowl that nobody gives a crap about. Okay. While they're sitting at home, maybe doing some laundry. Okay. Everybody's got to do some laundry. Maybe they're cutting the grass if they live somewhere a little tropical. Maybe they're whatever. You just spent 4 hours getting better. Okay. 4 hours committed, getting better. Tell the world. Next, share what you learn with others. That forces commitment and then go get better. I want to double the call. I want you to invite people on the call. So here's what I'm asking for right now. Cameron, you got the list. You know who's on this call. Travis, you know who's on the call. The next month, I'm going to teach you between now, literally since January 1st to the March call, there'll be 7 different companies that I either have investment in or started or bought. 7. Okay. And I might be closing the biggest deal of my life tomorrow morning. Okay, there's 2 deals back to back. I had to change the schedule because I don't want these guys in the building at the same time. Okay, so Cameron, got to get ready for this. Okay, tomorrow you got to get here early, stay late. All right, mentally show up early, guys. Part of your protocol is showing up early, not just physical time, not just clocking in on time. Walk in the door ready to kick ass. Okay, so get your ass up early, train your mind and your body. But I might have the biggest potential that's ever been in my hands tomorrow. Okay, and I'm gonna close it down because I know how to sell. I'm selling myself and what my potential is, all right? And it might cost me no money. So I'm gonna be demonstrating, live the life, and I'm gonna be teaching how do you go from 0 to $1 million in 1 year and how do you start a business, no matter what the business is. So if you're not moving forward, if you're not starting, pushing forward, and you're consistent, you think you're actually failing, okay? So I want you to bring someone on the next call, the paid call, all right? We charge $395. You guys have already paid, probably most of you guys have already paid for the next call. I want you to bring 3 friends on that call with you. They've got to pay for their links. But what we're going to do is we're going to send you a link. Cameron's not even ready for this because I'm making this up as I go. Okay. I'm going to let you bring 3 friends. They cannot work in the same business with you. These are 3 friends. All right. People you know. We're going to give you one pay link, and it's for all of them. So it's not $1,200. It's going to be $49 damn. Stupid. Okay. But that's going to expire in 60 minutes. Okay, so at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that deal is off the table. So you're going to get a link sent to you in about 15 minutes. It's $49. It's for 3 people. I need to know their names, their emails, and their phone numbers today, not tomorrow. You can't buy it and tell me the 3 names tomorrow. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't even know 3 people, fucking find 3 people on your phone and say, bro, I just paid for this. You better be on this call. And then I want you to make sure they show up. $49. Have you ever thought about the person comes in for your martial arts lessons and you're like, hey, look, I know you're about to sign up, but I want you to bring 3 friends with you to the next class, and I'm gonna give you the next 3 months of their lessons for $40, $20, $19. It don't matter what the cost is. And you let them train in your school for 3 months, these 3 people, 3 different families. Because you're not gonna let them finish the 3 months because you're gonna close them down 3 weeks into it because you believe, you know, you're 100% sold on what you do is amazing. So I'm gonna do this right now. I want you to have 3 friends. Everyone on this call should spend $49 today. You got 60 minutes. All right, actually you got 58 minutes. All right, next, one person. One person, one person, one person. Okay. Cameron's going to send you a link. I'm not going to send you a link unless you ask for it. One person. It's not your brother. It's not your sibling. It's not your wife or your husband. One person only. And I got the opportunity, if I want, to sell a second one. But one person, okay, it's $49.99. This is stupid, by the way. That's $4,099. I know one person, and it has to be paid today. Okay. It's an all paid trip to go hang out with me in Europe, go have an experience. It's a $25,000 package because that's what I paid for. Okay. One person, you better like music. You better but like Europe. Okay. I could have a second ticket. Undisclosed destination. I'm going to pay for airfare. I'm going to pay for your hotel. I might pay for your food, depending on where we go. We might go to a Michelin restaurant, maybe. But I'm going to get you there. I'm going to give you my time. We're going to hang out together. Okay, I got your travel covered. I got the experience covered. That's one person. That's today only, but you better ask for it. All right. So I give you 2 offers. $49 to get you 3 friends in here to get some growth. It's going to be startup to scale. I'm going to show you how to go from $0 to $1 million in 12 months. And I'm going to give you 4 hours of my time. Okay. Is Mike Reed on this call? No, he should have been on this call. He's meeting us in Barcelona. Travis, Sarah, Emma, Cameron, Alex, me. He gets 6 of my team in Barcelona hanging out right now. Okay. That's not the thing I'm selling. I'm telling you this month. That's in 2 weeks. Okay. 2 weeks. You get 2 days with us. So come to Barcelona. That's awesome. But the other thing is happening in May. One May, one in June. Okay. $49.99. Ask us if you want it. I'm not telling you any details. You're going to pay. I won't even tell you after you pay. I'm just going to say, check your account. There's a ticket. I'll meet you there. Okay. So take the $49 if you're on the call and give us your friends' names, phone numbers, and email addresses. We're going to call them and say, bro, your friend Deb says, hey, you need some information, education, experience to learn how to start your business or how to scale your business. I got a guy walking in tomorrow. We're going to take us 4 locations to 100. I got another guy walking in tomorrow. We're going to take us 1 location to 100. Okay, I'm freaking excited about both because they both are freaking awesome. Who don't like no damn beer and coffee and pizza? I mean, pizza, beer, and coffee. It's like, what am I missing in America? Hamburgers, and we're gonna add some damn hamburgers. Okay, so I'm so excited about tomorrow. Can't wait. Okay, so $49. You got 55 minutes. The other one, you got till 9 o'clock tonight. Hit me up. You can DM me. You can text me. And if you don't know how to get a hold of me, that's your damn fault. All right. Commit to being great. You already did it today. Tomorrow, get up, get your mind right, get your body right, get your spirit right, get your health right, eat better, train better. All right. Get better every single day, 7 days a week, 365. And by the way, February, you have an extra day. Okay. Some of you guys have a birthday on leap day. Take advantage of that extra day, become a better human being. And we need some strong damn leadership in this country. Okay. Anything my team could do to help you better. I gave you guys some amazing ideas. If you don't have the ability to have professional content made for you, you're not scaling fast enough, then get us to do it for you. Okay. Possibly have a West Coast division about to open up. All right. If you're stuck in the same spot, you need some fire, hit me up. You guys better be ready. My karate guys on this call, Tuesday night, your owners, you better be on the damn call with Travis on Tuesday night because you might have a guest come on that call. So be ready for that. All right. All right, guys, February's here. Commit to being better, commit to being great, commit to being the best. Demonstrate to your people, demonstrate to your family that you're the outlier because you're going to pull your family to a new spot. You're going to pull your employees to a new spot. You're the employee. You're going to push the owner to a new spot. Dominate your space. And I'm going to ask you this, who's coaching you? Who's in your ear? Is this somebody preaching to you, but they're not living the life? Okay, they're not pushing forward. I'm telling you right now, you don't need to just listen to a bunch of stuff, get motivated. You need someone who's like, hey, watch me. I'm doing it. I'm next to you. All right. Last thing, $49, you're getting that link right now. If you want the 4K, $49.99. I ain't telling you where until I buy your damn ticket. Hit me up, hit Cameron, hit Travis up. I got one for sure. And if you want it, if there's a spouse that wants to come along with you, I might be able to make a deal for that. Okay. And there's a $25,000 package. Next, last. I'm gonna commit to this. Anything we can do to help you, please lean on us. You need a little extra slap in the face occasionally, reach out to us. We want you visiting this spot. Okay, we got a lot of events coming up. Barcelona now. Next month is in Chicago. Okay, Dallas the month after that. Vegas the month after that, I believe. Right, if I'm in the correct order right now. Commit to moving forward. All right. And then last, I want you to type up 3 questions. 3 questions. So you're going to go on social media, you're going to tell the world what you learned, and you're going to commit to the world. You're going to go do that. Some of you guys won't do it because you're already scared. All right. You won't role play. You won't get out there. But I want you to type up 3 questions. I want you to send them not to anybody else but me. 3 questions that you're struggling with the answer with. Okay. My email is Aaron, Aaron, A-A-R-O-N at riseusa.com. The 3 questions right now that you're struggling with overcoming inside your business, whether it's sales, whether it's your marketing, whether it's your branding, whether it's you don't have enough influence, you don't know the next move. The 3 biggest questions that keep you up at night, they're freaking you out, you're scared over and over again. Okay. I guarantee it's gonna be all the same questions. Before you hit the send button to me, I want you to, before you hit the send button, I want you to be able to ask those questions to yourself or hit the send button and be ready to hear the answer. I'm not going to appease you. Okay. So ask me those 3 questions. And before we hit it, I want you to have some deep thought already before you hit the send. So when I come back to you, when I hit you back, I'm going to follow up with this question. How are you going to solve that problem? So you want to be ahead of it? You ask 3 questions, so you tell me how you're going to solve it. Already be ahead of the game. Okay. Because that's what I'm going to ask you if you don't tell me. And then I'm going to ask, what are you willing to give up to get to the next thing? What is the next thing? Okay. I'm going to tell you what I'm giving up. I'm willing to break anything I need to kill the enemy. My enemy right now is my family, before me, generationally, have stayed economically, socially in one little small area and never have enough to have an abundance. And when you don't have an abundance, you can't give freely. I want to be able to give not just money, time, education. I already said one of my mentors who will be at one of our events this year says he doesn't want to go to his deathbed with still information he hasn't given, education he hasn't given. You get it to give, but you can't give something you don't have. So I want to change my family tree so socially and economically that we're a whole new level of problems in the world. And I'm willing to be the person that sacrifices a lot of things in life that I really do want, because this needs to stop. We need, I don't want my daughter dating the same kind of guys that my sister dated. I don't. Okay. I'm not saying that she won't have her own set of problems in a relationship. She will. But I want there to be a new level of quality driven, mission focused leaders when I'm no longer here. That's what we're going to be known for. Okay. There's a company right next door we're partnering with. It's 4 generations deep. 4 generations. That's amazing. That doesn't happen very often. Okay. So I'm not worried about legacy. I'm worried about changing the whole trajectory of my last name, of the influence, how we love and give. So I'm willing to give up a lot of stuff. I'm willing to give up my Sundays. Okay. I'm willing to give up a lot. So guess what? If you notice, my body's different. My mind's different. I'm growing to be a better person, which means I got to be harder on people. A lot of times it's my loved ones. Okay. I've got to grow into a new version. So $49, you get to bring 3 people to be influenced, to be grow. Okay. If you wanted to go do some crazy stuff with me, get out of your comfort zone. I'm scared of flying shit. Get out of your comfort zone. Let's go. That's 1 person, maybe 2 I can make room for. Okay. Next is go on social media right after this. Tell them what you learned, what you're committed to. Let's triple, not double, let's triple for the next call. And I want to see you at some of these live events because you can't get better unless you move forward. And send me your 3 questions, Aaron at riseusa.com. Happy Sunday. Peace out, guys. Let's rise together.